like he fly.
For sure.
He looks like Elton John Black. He looks like Elton John. Now,
he had money.
I'm listening to y'all ready to go. I know, but everybody ain't ready.
All right, so, hold on, so you know what turn out to shoot that.
No, I got it.
All right, so all right, welcome to Northern Cal. Let's
fuck all that, man. Let's talk about it. Simple as that. We're gonna talk about the shit y'all give a fuck about that we don't give a fuck about with our opinion. Wow. We talking about Tony Braxton. Whose auntie is that in here?
Hey, man,
Brother. Is he on the video? Okay, they can't see it. Yeah. So apparently somebody auntie is that. Look, my auntie would do some weirdo shit like that too.
Okay, so first topic, Tony Braxton. I don't even have to look at the fucking it's like Tony Braxton, man.
Is she not the only one out there doing that shit though?
Can we pull a video about Tony Braxton?
Right.
Yeah, share the screen.
Listen.
So this is talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, this Tony Braxton. They say Tony Braxton retired at her son's graduation. I don't know if any of y'all seen it, but Tony Braxton got a 17-year-old son, and he just graduated from high school, and she came to his graduation with lingerie on.
This high school?
It's June.
Oh, that's college.
Oh, yeah, college. My bad.
High school.
Yeah, college. My bad. She came to his graduation with basically lingerie on. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, it's like she looking for a college professor.
Shit, she looking for a college student. She want a student. She gonna get one. That's Tony. If Tony Braxton came to your college campus, would you unbreak her heart or not?
No, but I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Tony Braxton,
it's sad that she would do that, but you gotta expect that. Every dude she messed with, then they all undercover.
is that?
She was messing with Birdman.
Birdman. Everybody know Birdman straight.
Yeah. Okay.
I was about to say, is Birdman, is that like official?
That's official. The White Howard. The White Howard had to have a surgery when he was playing for the Lakers. Back to that, it was a non-basketball injury.
I'm lost. Tony Braxton, the White Howard was fucking with Tony Braxton.
No, Birdman was.
What?
I'll let it go. That's wild. That's dumb crazy. But I'm gonna say this, like, God damn, like, when do hoes retire from being hoes? I mean whores. Like, when the hell, like, how old is Tony Braxton? Like 50-some years old? Like, and you still trying to be
60-something.
Man, like, come on, bro. She's like at least like.
How old was she when she did another love song? How old was she when she did another song?
Yeah, like,
how old
was that was a minute.
I don't know.
Yeah, like
nigga, you must have been.
You weren't born when that came out.
Exactly.
That was
No, I was
So she at least gotta be 50-something years old. And it's like, damn, like when do black women start to have class about themselves? Like, put some clothes on. Like, goddamn, I'm glad she got a son, but even then it works. Cause you know what I mean? Like, damn.
Hey, women don't get it unless you shame them their whole life. If you treat a woman like she's fly her whole life, she a hoe her whole life. If you treat a bitch like, oh, you ugly, nobody wants you, get a job, get an education.
You got a good
point. And
she been famous for 40 years.
Forever.
And
take it down, take the main picture down, just come back to.
And if I may, you have to look at it like this. She at that college. The reason why she just like
that, you got to say close to the computer.
I know.
Because she's searching for somebody who's going to have some money. She used to having dudes with money, so she's going to go to a college where the potential of whoever's graduating will have some time.
When did she break up with Birdman? I thought there was a relationship right now.
No.
When did that end?
That ended a while ago.
Y'all going too fucking.
Don't let them last forever when you're in that type of industry. They get passed around.
But when did they break up? I thought that she was with Bird. That's why when y'all breaking this shit up, I'm like, she probably just dressing regular. This is Tony Braxton. You think she gonna dress normal?
That is normal.
That's my point. It wasn't special. Look at her son. Does her son look like he's like, oh, Mom, don't do this?
No, but it's not even that. It's that you've been a whore for 40 years.
You ever
That's
heard
what I'm
of
like. Eventually, because usually when you get old, it's like, okay, I gotta start putting clothes on. I can't attract men no more.
Like the women in the
My
church.
looks went away.
But
Yeah, like
do you know what the difference to me is? What changed was social media. You know what I'm saying? When you get these likes and attention, they're like, "Oh, you look good for your age." They always want to flex like they look good, and they get all these comments that they look good. So they, in their mind, they get that attention. She can't even let her son have a day where he gets some attention. She got to take it away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Absolutely.
what
That was a good ass point.
what you said is silly because it just everything is an opportunity. Like we think the op is the shit that King Von was talking about. Op is not opposition anymore. Op is opportunity, and your child is an opportunity.
Yeah.
So you take any woman. If you make $1 billion tomorrow, I ain't talking about your rib, hypothetically, but you think your rib gonna just come out there in a kufi and not show none of her shit? She gonna come out there with $1 million dress that wrinkle around her titties, and you gonna be like, bitch, what the fuck are you wearing? And she gonna be like, man, I gotta do this. Like they're gonna do like Toni Braxton is special.
If it really was about her son, the big question is, where's his father? We don't see no picture, ain't no picture out there showing his father, and that's the code
Who's
word.
that?
That shows how wicked she is.
But who's the dad?
That's the problem.
It ain't Virgil.
No. If you had a baby by Toni Braxton, wouldn't you let it be known?
Well, who the dad is?
You wouldn't let it be known?
Um,
I'm just saying, I mean, she got the name for it.
What song she did that would make you not work?
a song.
She don't sing. She
She got a song. She got a song called "I Love
Toni
Me
Braxton
Some
old
Him."
as shit to me.
Yeah.
She what?
She old as shit to me.
To you?
Yeah.
To me, she prime.
You talking about age or career?
Oh,
I knew it. Yeah, it's both.
but
Age not the best, but career.
because look,
Yes.
I'm not really like I'm not a YN, what they call them today. I'm not really like a young nigga for real.
Big bro.
But yeah,
Big bro.
but look, on some real shit, right? Like how you said, when do whores retire?
Yeah.
Not even just her being a whore for real. It comes at a certain point in time where black women really gotta realize, like, sis, your prime is over with. You somebody
When was
grandma.
Toni Braxton a hoe though?
Not saying that she was a hoe, because we don't know. We don't know Toni Braxton really for being a whore. But
She got whole songs.
If
She
I
got whole songs.
that's what's even more crazy with the social media is making them try to keep up with these younger broads because they're competing for it. That shit, that like really is a high. It's more than okay.
right,
They
right,
addicted to the like, so they're like doing more extreme stuff
you're right.
to get attention.
And that's why we talking about.
Right. And
But that was the point that I was gonna make too, sir. That was a good point because you're right. We don't know Toni Braxton for being a whore,
No,
But at the same time,
no shit.
but she don't have the stigma of
She not like Megan
Right,
Thee
right.
I don't want to say Erykah Badu because Erykah Badu
Megan
came
Thee
in, but that's a young broad though.
Holly Berry.
But she was once a young broad.
Yeah, Holly
Yeah,
Berry.
she got.
Yeah,
She
she
got-
don't have the stigma
She got
of
blamed
being
by
a
Bob
Holly.
Barker online.
Right?
Not Bob Barker. What's that nigga there? Billy Bob Thurman. What's that nigga?
Billy Bob.
Oh, okay.
Billy Bob Thurman.
All the white
You know, look, not good fortune. The price is right. I ain't know hell of a
You know what I mean?
I know you talking about, but that's crazy.
No,
I believe it. He could have started the whole room. No, but look, the way you said it, I'm like,
this really what I was getting at, right? No, we don't know Toni Braxton to literally like be have the image of being a
A
whore,
304.
right?
right.
We just use-
3 years.
Some of them, you know,
We don't know her for having the image of being a 304, right? But like you said, this social media stuff is crazy to where it's like she probably like damn near like in a midlife crisis, like damn, I'm losing my plane. But so now,
If I'm gonna cut
Go
you
ahead,
off,
go ahead.
but she in her elder years, midlife is like 40. She really 60 damn near. Like somebody got to find the age now. Google that. But good, continue. It's like
Yeah, kind of, no, but you
somebody
like,
Google her age.
but no, she a black woman, so
It's the age
this
of
might be mid,
like
like
age of sun.
you know what
She
I'm saying?
established. So
57.
it's not. When she
That's
gonna
not old, man.
Yeah.
That's not old.
when she about to be?
Tony Braxton is
Bro,
15
that's
years old.
So she was 18.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. She about to be 58.
Hey, what am I ribs?
That's past midlife
Hey, what am I ribs
to be
in her?
doing this shit.
Hey, what am I ribs in her mid-60s?
Right. It's past midlife.
And if I make to be honest, she looked good.
She do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was with her husband she been with for 40 years. That would be a
That's
him at home.
Yes.
Like, wow,
Yes.
my wife is amazing.
Right.
Yes.
But she doesn't have that. This culture don't breed that. Now she looks trash.
She
You know what I'm
she
saying?
looks good
Who's the
on
father?
on a man's arm that she's
Right.
been with for 40 years.
But wait,
She don't look good to a nigga my age.
Right.
Yeah, she's
It's like Cicely Tyson. It's like saying Cicely Tyson was fine in her last 20 years. Like, no, she wasn't. She was 70,
That's what I mean.
80, 90. You wasn't trying to holler at Cicely Tyson.
exactly.
So we should be.
Who's the daddy? Who's the daddy?
That's the point that I'm. He's
Who's the
not-
child's
We should be thankful for social media because social media is exposing all these old 304s, including the young ones. When you that old and you worried about how you look compared to what's going on today, instead of just holding yourself with that type of class and manner, then you need to be exposed. You know what I'm saying? Like just keep it real. Like when you grow up having a crush, a movie or artist or something like that. But when it gets to social media, now she shows you what you crushing on. So that's why it's so important for brothers to know who they are and how they should conduct themselves.
And if I could too,
So like,
if I could one last thing.
Next topic.
And on top of that, before we change the subject, right? Like the Bible say, you ain't gotta pull it, but the Bible say a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
right.
Like you shouldn't be 60 years old and still being shameless. You supposed to look at yourself and be like, oh, I ain't going off the side looking like that, looking like one of these young, sexy reds. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to look at like, you know what? I
Who's the
look.
daddy though?
You like, why are you idolizing
Right.
women that you supposed to be raising?
Who's the kid?
That's insane to me. You know what I mean?
It's a society keep raising.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's
Ain't
the daddy?
Nobody knows that.
That
He don't have it.
That's the weirdest part of this whole shit.
Nobody knows.
Got the answer.
Nigga,
But if I made an add on to what Natas I was saying was so heavy, is that
Carrie Lewis.
the high value man thing, that's the high value woman
Come on,
today is a kind of a shameless dog.
Nigga, what?
The Lord is like, this is a bitch.
Yeah. No, real
You know
talk.
what I mean?
All right,
What he known for? What?
nothing. That's the whole thing.
Oh, she got a record nigga.
Well, he probably got a bag that we
Said
don't.
nothing.
Nobody know that nigga. Don't even matter. Nobody know that.
That's a terrible name for a man, Carrie.
We don't
We
even.
don't know that
We
nigga.
don't even matter.
That's like Kerry Washington.
All right, if I may, so let's keep it going, right?
Harry.
What we doing? Tory?
We don't go to
Tory?
Tory. So somebody want
Tory Lane got a terrible name too. That nigga changed his first name. Kendrick
He's from
Lane.
Canada, sir. If I may.
Okay. Well, you change that same.
Y'all know his first name for real?
That's crazy though.
His first name is like Dream Star or some shit
Oh,
like
please
that.
tell me that's.
Like-
Oh,
No, for real. I just
Shit.
seen an interview with his father earlier.
Oh,
That's his real first name.
Tory.
Google him.
Oh,
It's like Dream Star or something
So
like
she
that.
had a man's name, Tony. He got a woman's name, Tory. That's ironic. Yes.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, even with that situation, bro, it's like scriptures again. A nigga whore is a deep dick.
Daystar Peterson.
You know what I mean?
That's the name.
Daystar Lane. He should with his real name. Better. I better say
Do
Tory.
you know what's really fun? Making a website on
I was in
It's not a real name. It's a normal thing.
Hey, we're how ridiculous.
I was in
Tory Lanez has allegedly
Exactly, that's
suffered a
what it's
medical
about.
emergency.
So, Salaki, sorry, what you gonna say?
Yeah, no, I was saying, like the scriptures say, nigga, you ain't gotta pull a whore is a deep ditch. Like you sleep with a whore, bro. Okay, like you got a car and your car run into a ditch. You might have to change your axle, your tire. You're gonna be stranded on the side of the road. You didn't dinner fell into a damn trap.
Right.
Like Tory Lane, like this is a thing with hoes, like with whores, with the 304s. Like everybody always, it's my turn now. You'll know she a whore, but it's my turn now.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy about what you said?
Yeah,
Remember when you just put on the Cheaters episode with the dude
exactly.
Peter Guns? Peter Guns
Exactly.
Him having a history of dealing with whores, he already know how this finna go. The first dude that she cheating with, he spin off. The dude that's cheating, that getting cheated on, he spin off. He like, hey,
She got
home.
she got caught
He
cheating on her man.
grabbing her hand. Yeah.
She got caught cheating on her man.
Mhm.
Her man pop up. The nigga she was cheating with and her man leaves. She ended up getting computer guns. Like a whore is a deep ditch, and everybody always treat that as like they know she a whore, but it's my turn now. It's my turn.
Because with
You know what I mean?
beauty is the standard. If you are socially acceptable as a woman and as a man, it don't matter what you fucking do.
Yeah, but now look at, but now he learned his lesson. Unfortunately,
Who?
Tory Lanez.
Did he?
Hands on one knee, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Like, come on, bro. Nigga, she's so much of a whore. Kamala Harris then told her to come perform, and nigga, hey, you finna give me inaugurated. Come perform.
But see,
All your slut songs.
it's the worst part. It's the worst
And nigga,
part.
he in prison getting stabbed 14
It's the
times.
worst part.
Nigga got stabbed 14 times.
They try to take
But
it.
what if
What is going on?
he come out? What if he come out and like, bitch, see what I took for you? What if he come out?
He
and
would never do. He'd never do no shit like that.
Look what I'm
Took for
doing.
you. He didn't take nothing for her.
He took a lot of factors.
He did nothing for her.
Shit.
No, he ain't
Why he get stabbed?
that nigga finna get
Why
out
you
and be
say
like, I hate
In the
women.
street,
Why he get stabbed?
revealing how to make money.
Bullshit.
Nobody
I ain't
knows.
stabbed
That's what it was.
Nobody knows. Only thing we know is that he was sleeping with a whore.
We know that.
You should. This is the reason why you should never sleep with whores.
You know what? Okay, I think they had a study recently saying, if I may, that more black women have children with multiple men than men have children with multiple women.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? The way our whole society is set up is the other way. And they make it seem like there's something wrong with that. But really, these women are just living reckless.
Yeah.
And it's more women than men. Like, why are you glorifying being with this woman and already all these other niggas been with when it's more women you could be with that have never
Yeah.
been with a man?
Yeah.
Like, our society is so
Yeah.
destroyed that we keep sharing these women
Yeah.
That's a
when
fact.
it should be enough women, so you
Yeah.
should never have to share.
And you know what's
no woman. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
exactly what you just said. You know
Like,
what's
the
so
Lord
crazy?
made it that way to
No,
stop
it
this,
is.
you know what I mean?
The perfect example of what you're saying is why the hell, especially when you got notoriety, you got fame, you got money.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Why the hell do Bow Wow and Future share a baby
They
mama?
be
Exactly.
that's crazy. Of all the women in the world,
Y'all share a baby mama?
these
You know how many women throwing pennies that when y'all go perform and you little Bow Wow. Nigga ain't been
I
on
didn't
you.
even know that. But
They share the same
that's
baby
crazy.
mama.
But a
Future.
lot of them do that.
Yes.
That's insane.
It's a lot of
G Herbo and Ariana be
Lil Wayne got baby mamas with like
Nipsey Hussle.
yeah.
Nipsey Hussle and
Yeah.
Lil Wayne share the same baby mama.
That's why.
And a few other dudes.
Yeah. If you was-
Like Erica Badu.
You want to do it?
She with Andre.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
praying.
It's a few other dudes that's intertwined in that whole family.
But who's the
Yeah, everybody
But who
got
do
about
you-
3 famous baby fathers.
who you supposed to charge in that
Common.
regard?
Some actor dude, he be in movies, a dark skin dude. I think he was in the Temptation movie.
Leon.
Leon, he got a kid with Eric Badu.
I'm
And
No,
Andre 3000.
no. DOC,
I
Andre
agree.
Yeah,
3000,
DOT too.
and Leon.
Wait.
Damn.
So who? Wait.
This is crazy, yeah. Like, he came back to ancient Israel, and it's the complete opposite. Like, it's supposed to be one nigga. Oh, he's cracked her. He got Rihanna. He got Beyonce, and he got Woo Woo as his ribs. But it's the complete opposite. You know what I mean?
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right.
These niggas are her ribs.
Chris Rock.
You feel me? I'm out.
No.
Facts though.
Chris
These
Rock.
niggas are her
And
ribs.
that's why it's it's so important for us to correct the culture.
Damn.
For that reason. Because it shouldn't be backwards like that.
I'm
No, what you said was facts.
Hey,
Nigga, she got ribs, nigga. She got spines, nigga.
building whole skeletons. Everybody got bones in the closet.
Like this shit.
He got ribs.
Also, if I may, you gotta look at this too. What's going on with Tory is crazy because the brother who stabbed him is a convicted killer. So he in jail. You know he said.
Hold on. Do y'all know what that dude did? Bruh, I gotta drop my phone on this. This dude, first of all, he's a dropout gang member, which is dishonorable.
5'5"
Right? This man when he was, I think it was 18 or 19, he had a 13-year-old girlfriend that he killed. He blew her head off with a shotgun. Oh, unalive, Salaki. Blew her head off, and that's why he's on the yard that he's on. Because of the crime that he got convicted of to get life in prison. So he's been and this dude been down, and I hate to say it, this is a brother too, but he been down for almost, if not 20 years, he's been in prison for close to 20 years.
So why would they contract him to attack Tory Lanez? Is he a Meg Thee Stallion fan?
No.
Another thing, Salaki, I don't know how true this is. This how evil women are. Meg Thee Stallion fans have created a GoFundMe page to send this dude money.
Yeah, he did. And he got $2,000 right now from the GoFundMe.
But if I may, right, you got to look at this. It's funny he gets stabbed at the time when the security guard of Megan Thee Stallion's friend come out and say, "Look, I've been trying to hold this information back because of to protect her, but now I'm seeing what's going on with him. I figure it ain't right." He coming out saying, "Look, that night
It
Steve
never
got
happened.
mad."
But take the conspiracy away from it. Who the fuck thought? Who in a rational mind thought Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion?
Anyway,
Not no nigga on the planet of Earth.
Not us, sir. Not a brother.
What non-homosexual man thought that Meg Thee Stallion was shot by Tory Lanez?
the oppressor.
Everybody knew,
Right.
but everybody knew that Tory Lanez didn't shoot because every nigga know about gunshot residue.
If you're a rapper, you're a thug.
He's not a rapper though.
I mean, he's
Yes,
in
he
that
is.
industry.
He like Drake.
He pop.
He's in that industry though. Yeah,
And real talk. What happened before Tory got convicted of shooting her? She went on Instagram Live and literally said, "Yes, that nigga Tory shot me." That damn there was like the nail in the coffin.
But it's the
man.
worst part. It's the worst part.
Uh-huh.
The worst part is what General Muhammad said. Tory Lanez was in Canada. Have y'all ever seen a Meg Thee Stallion video?
Yes.
That one she got a few videos that's fire. She got one where she with her bitches in the car, and then in the alley, I forgot what shit called, but that shit called her flow was hitting. Like that nigga saw her. Like me thinking Meg Thee Stallion can rap is nothing compared to if Michael Jackson thinks she can rap.
Right.
Michael Jackson say, "Get her agent on the phone. I want to talk to her in like 2 minutes from now." I'll wait. If I say, "Hey, Meg Thee Stallion songs," she's never gonna respond to my message.
Did you think Lil Kim could rap in her heyday?
Lil Kim could have got a lot of shit. A lot.
That's Megan Thee Stallion now. She just passed around, but like,
If Meg Thee Stallion
nobody
fails her skin,
not to offend any female rappers out there, but keep it real. Niggas don't take them serious like that. When you get into the industry, you ain't gonna be like the next Jay-Z or none of that. You gonna be to dudes, they gonna look at you as a thought. Because look at what she doing on her video. She tooting up, turning up.
If I could, though,
and all female videos do.
that's today. But I don't like. Well, yeah, and Lil Kim and Lil Kim was kind of like the first
Foxy
one
Brown.
to get on
Yeah.
that. Foxy Brown was
he was conservative.
lyrical.
And that's why
You had
Queen MC Light. You know,
Lauryn Hill, damn
But
near.
MC Light was a pedophile.
oh,
MC Light was a pedophile.
I didn't know.
And Mary J. Blige.
What are that?
Mary J. Blige, they was fucking young. Your favorite song.
They want to get in.
EDF file.
Right, okay,
They was
yeah.
having
Now,
that
what
shit.
I'm saying is that if you don't, as a female, if you don't put that image on the screen, you're not going to be relevant.
In these times, yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're not going to be relevant.
All right, Tory Lanez. How tall is Tory Lanez? Anybody know?
You're like
He about
5'6".
5'3". He
On some
yeah,
terrible
he's a small
song.
cat. Like he's
He's tiny. He was looking at like, I'm telling you, man.
he's short in stature for sure.
Who should be alive? Tory Lanez or Pop Smoke?
Who should be alive? Both of them niggas.
Yeah.
They is real.
Look how dangerous Phil Foles is.
Right.
Like she slept with Tory Lanez. Lied and said, "I never slept with him."
Right.
Then they both y'all, her and her friend Kelsey was both sleeping with Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
They get into it
Mhm.
because both of them want multiple spines. Like they niggas. Niggas want multiple ribs.
Certified ladies.
They get into it.
That's
Look,
the
look,
That
She
shit
got
was
spine.
She hooked her friend.
Oh, fine.
yeah, and then she doubled back home to her and like, oh yeah, okay, I heard. So they both was in a mess with them. They get into it. One pull a gun, they fight over the gun. Tori try to break it up. They get shot in the leg, and they say, you know what? We bet we friends though. We gonna blame it on this nigga.
They
But
ain't
it was
even friends no
only
more.
got recorded.
They ain't even friends no more.
But it ain't
Yeah,
friends anymore. No, recording or not, it just I'm just saying how like how 304 get on. That's crazy. Y'all get into it over this man. Y'all try to shoot each other. One of y'all get a shot. And y'all say, you know what? We just gonna blame him. Get him out the way. He go to prison for nothing. Nigga, evidence
Get
get
a
found.
10-piece.
Nigga do get a 10-piece and then get stabbed
Extra
14
prison.
times.
So
Get in critical condition in prison
Ain't wrong
just
to
for
that.
information to come out
Okay.
days later saying,
Sir, that boy.
If I may, to kind of tie a lot of things together, we're going from one side is conspiracy theories. They set him up because he was doing this. The other side is he was messing with a whore. It's a deep ditch.
that's it.
It's like he could have prevented this. They couldn't have got him on under this conspiracy stuff if he would have been sharper, not dealing with these whores.
That's
You
all
know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying? Like,
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
He just
So we
down
could go
one-
into conspiracy, we can go on, but he should have knew not to, you know, I ain't gonna
all right. With that being said,
do it.
okay, is Cassie a 304?
Ooh, we going to the
There you
next
go. Next topic.
Is Cassie
Let's talk about it.
in comparison, is Cassie a
Cassie,
more 304 than Megan
if I
Thee
come and tell
Hold
like
on, my bar trying to-
Cassie is definitely,
Goodbye, you gotta sit down.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, Cassie is definitely whore. Now you know what's so crazy about this.
Is it because she's not an Israelite, or is it
Oh,
Yeah, no, not for that. No, she according to the case file, she's disgusting. But you know what's so crazy about this? I've been looking at the comments, right, in the chats, right, and this is how you know we messed up as a people. It's sisters in the chat saying that I got that happened to me for free by such and such. Nigga, no, for real though.
What?
Like,
Hey, no, that's
I'm dead ass serious.
Hey,
They in the chat saying I was never saying nothing. I'm like, damn, my friend, that's crazy. They saying I was in the chat saying the thing that's going on with Cassie,
black women.
black women.
Salak.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. It's black
Black
women in
women,
the
okay.
chat that's saying that they would have never said nothing that was going on with Cassie because at least they rent would have been paid. Shit, that happened to me for free. I'm like, this
So
is
see,
crazy.
if I may, so that shows you how wicked black women are.
Yeah.
Because
Not even just black women.
I mean, just women in general.
It's
Right?
the church.
But when it comes to you with money,
Evil.
then you gonna put something on because you want that money instead of just being a woman that you're supposed to be and he fall in love with you.
All
He
right.
gonna give you the money anyway.
Dead
But you want the money that you know he ain't gonna give you because you know who you are.
Yeah.
You are 304. He bet you into 304. He gonna treat you.
And
like-
no, not even that. It's not even that. He fit all the standards. He's 6'4". This nigga is a black millionaire.
Did he
You know what I mean? He ain't going 50-50 on rent.
Right.
You know what I mean? He do paying all the
He ain't
bills.
tricking if you got
He nigga, he fit all that. So I'm willing to just come on, bro. That's crazy.
Hold on.
And they really was in the chat saying, I wonder if she's dumb.
She is done.
Now she gonna have to struggle. That 30 million gonna be going so fast. I'm like,
Man, that's large.
This shit coming from broad.
It's in the chat. In the chat, I'm like, but this is insane. They
So how do y'all feel about this where they keep saying black men don't protect black women? They
Cassie's
listening
not a
to
black
victims.
woman.
But you know, in their mind she is. Because her parents are
Well,
What? Her parents are what?
her mom is like a Judite Israelite or something like that.
but
But I mean to us, but in their mind,
Yeah.
she's a black woman.
well, let's talk
Or
about
she's
it.
a woman, you know what I mean?
Let's talk about
Wait,
it.
What is that there? They keep
Initial
every
question.
time like all these black men don't care about black women.
They don't want. Look, I'm gonna
They
tell you
don't
this.
care about Cassie. A couple of these other females they keep on.
I had a question I wanted to go on Action Streets, right? And the question was something like this: like, why when a father tell his kid that, tell his daughter, hey, you can't wear this, don't wear that, don't wear that. They look at the father as being a protector, and it's my dad. But if a man be like, oh yeah, don't wear this, don't do that, don't go over here, they look at him as being controlling.
You know
A
why?
lot of the women,
Insecure.
you know why they feel like black men don't protect them? Because they feel like a black man protecting them is controlling them. And the America that gave them a backbone to where they can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Ladies, do you agree with that? Do you agree with the fact that you think America gave
The
you
first
a
thing they gonna say is, nigga, you ain't my daddy.
You ain't my daddy.
If
I
I
feel like
When your daddy would have told
Talk
you,
about-
take that
a
off.
lot of the women don't even know their daddy, so they don't even know what their daddy would do.
Right,
I mean,
right,
they
right.
don't even know. That's why they call their husband daddy. That's why they can't do
Damn, is
it.
that why?
Every woman that walk down the way call her big daddy.
But
That's
what?
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna say,
My bad.
oh, shit.
Right.
Oh,
But
I think they say this too, like women that grew up.
I can call daddy too.
I mean, I'm talking about
This eyes straight. If I may, this is live.
you know we live.
Right.
That nigga be live.
Right.
But, I mean, not to say it like that, but just a lot of, and you can look at the statistics. A lot of households don't have a father. You know what I mean? So with that being said, a lot of women are raised by their mom, so they talk a certain way. Like for instance, my son, mom, she'd say, "My
Who
son
use yourself as?
No, I had to, because I was born the same way. But I'm just tell you this: she'd say, "I'll tell my son something." He won't do it. She won't trick, right? If she tell him don't do something and he don't do it, she'll say, "I'm your mom," right?
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm your mom. You do what I say do, but I told him not to do the same thing, and you didn't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? That's
That shit do be
they
weird,
feel
though.
like they are more important than you. You know what I mean? And that's just crazy. So that's what I got to say on that.
No, hey, I be bullying my son, and my ring be like, "You gotta stop," and he'll do the same shit to her. She let him go 4 times, and then she yelling at the top of her lungs. And in my head, I'm like,
The comments on Facebook is going.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, look at. I ain't gonna lie. This Cassie and Diddy case so wild. We done gotta wait till it finished, bro. And just we can't even like it's sick.
But, yeah.
It's sick.
The more stuff is coming out every day.
Yeah.
What was really going on? For one, I ain't sticking up for him, but I never heard of a RICO case with one nigga in it.
"Wait,
Well,
that's the
how is
point."
he in charge by himself? You know what I'm saying? This is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know why? That nigga had all them baby wolves.
It's a trafficking case. It's not even a case of domestic violence. It's not what he did.
yeah,
for
what
it.
he say?
It's a trafficking case.
He
This nigga had all
That's
them
the
baby
point.
wolves.
He's
Nigga.
like John
The
baptized
point
with
is,
water. Christ baptized with fire.
this is just the
baptized
first
with
4
water.
days, y'all.
And if I could too, right?
It's the first 4 days. She's
I'm
done.
done.
She's not talking no more.
Yeah,
We're not hearing from Cassie anymore.
He ain't in jail for what he did to her, so everybody can stop saying how wrong he was. He ain't dating why he did. He ain't there because of whatever they did at the parties. They got him there because of trafficking. Said he forced her to go from this state to this state and do what they did. And she's saying that she loved him. And she
The RICO is for the guns.
So really, you know what it
And the
is.
drugs.
He a black man. He a hip hop artist. He a thug.
Man, he was trying to buy NBC. Man, shut all this shit up. Everybody know Diddy was about to buy BET
This what Diddy
from the
need to
white
do.
people.
If I could, this what Diddy need to do. Diddy need to go ahead and let everybody know how it all started.
Right.
It started
That's
in
the
that
one.
Catholic church.
With Clyde Davis.
Nigga, that's where it started at. I seen them old pictures, man. Can we pull up them old pictures?
Please.
When he was in the Catholic church?
Oh,
Nigga.
Karan,
It started there. He looks just like Nate on my mama. Nigga, that nigga look like Nate. Nigga, all you want some head ass
That
shit.
would be his demise.
Well,
He said that, they're gonna take him out.
Look the
Take
picture
him out.
Him
You
and
know,
Nate-
that
Nate-
nigga
Nate-
Tory Lanez.
Yep.
Make a picture with Sakari.
Just think about it, bro. Just think about it. Every time they go to the Catholic church, every music video, they got the Catholic priest on this side of the wall, and then you on this side of the wall telling all the bad shit you did. You know what I mean? That was Diddy, bro.
That's
But
nigga on that.
Diddy gotta be a snitch. Diddy need to be a real snitch. Did he snitch? Yes. He snitched on the whole. And he has a unique position right now where he can turn into the winner of the shit. Diddy can turn out on top if Diddy just spills everything on the whole industry. But he got to do it like a man, not like a pussy.
On the sidebar, another topic, but still relating to what you're saying about the Catholic Church. Ooh, if the law is someone goes and reports being abused to a priest when they do the confession, priests have the Catholic Church made an order. If the priest reported it, they kicking you out the church. So they putting the law down like the mafia, like you cannot snitch on the Catholic Church. So more to
Because you know why? Because that's the culture of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Like this is going on with Diddy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But that's the culture. That's why they're trying to keep the culture of religion in the Catholic Church. And if y'all don't know, all black Christian churches come from the Catholic Church,
right.
and that's why it's going on so heavy. Like what's going on with Diddy is so horrible. Everybody know he trafficked her allegedly. He got hella baby oil. He a freak, right? Like this so no real talk. Like it's so crazy. This is how crazy it is. This nigga got people standing outside paying him $20 an hour saying free Diddy. You can get paid right now
Yeah.
$20
Yeah.
on my mama.
Hey, not a
You
lie.
serious?
Bro, on my
Not a lie.
mama. You can get paid $20 an hour if you put a free Diddy shirt on right now and stand outside.
That's why that one nigga.
$20.
The
We
one-
living in the
Nigga,
I never
but
heard
that's
that.
500, 600 a week.
That's a full-time job.
That's a full-time
I'm
job.
about to go on for like
Cause the trial gonna be like 8 hours a day.
Look at
It
this,
is.
bro. I had the screenshot. I couldn't believe it.
Then they're gonna be eating lunch, free Diddy shirt.
They had one nigga that came behind a reporter and started talking.
Being
to the reporter.
paid $20 an hour, free Diddy.
Great.
Nigga, they got shirts on, free Diddy getting paid double hour. Like,
So
and
that's
that-
what I mean.
so it don't-
That 30 million wasn't shit. He got weird
No.
money. He has weird money. He don't even have.
it's just
not
crazy
real
that we
money.
we really living in some Greek times, bro. Like some
Yeah.
real Roman, like
Yeah.
you know,
Whoever the fuck Denzel Washington was when he
Yeah.
was supposed to be Gladiator 2.
Gladiator.
That's who
Oh,
he
yeah,
is.
that's Diddy.
Diddy,
Yep.
that's Diddy.
Yep.
Kissing niggas and all that.
Hold on. What we were talking about earlier, when you go into the scriptures, the book of Susanna.
Yeah.
Right. Diddy is one of them people that got a high social status amongst the black community that they look in reverence to like what's cool or what's acceptable.
Well, my rib, right?
Mhm.
Like any woman, I'm not saying like she's like any woman, but like any woman, she's going to be on Cassie's side. It is going to support Cassie. And her thing was, oh, I fucking hate when I forget a thought. Her thing was when it comes, I'm saying everything to get my thought back. When it comes to Diddy, you're not gonna get your thought back.
Yeah, okay, this is when it come to Diddy. Did he do it? Diddy did it. Did he do it? Diddy did it. Oh, we don't know. They still in court, but you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
He did.
Yeah. 1 + 1 + 2, niggas. I mean,
Nigga, if it quack,
Look,
if it walk,
look, he had.
I know.
We don't know for sure, but I know
He ain't coming.
he had Jada Kiss and Fabulous shook on that Drink Champs episode years ago. He was like, party. You came to my party. Them niggas was nervous, bro.
that nigga weird.
They know what's going on with P. Diddy. And one thing I do want to say too, you know who ain't been mentioned in none of this?
Jay-Z.
No. Jay-Z wasn't as close to Diddy as Mace was.
No.
We ain't heard nothing about
Diddy
Mace.
is a rich,
Nigga, Jay-Z was close to R. Kelly and Diddy.
Mace was the first.
He was never mentioned in anything.
because he was the victim.
Nigga, Biggie
Yeah,
Small.
Mace was a victim.
Biggie Small mentioned himself with them wild ass raps.
Mace is just smooth.
Oh, man, his
Mace
lyrics
was
crazy,
just a
bro.
nigga. He was a gangsta ass nigga that wasn't gonna go for the okie doke. He saw the weird shit. and Was like, he saw that dildo on the wall. He didn't. He saw the rubber, but
Nah, just say the toy, man.
he saw the Tory Lane on the wall.
The Tory Lane.
Hey,
He
speaking
saw
about
Gorilla Hebrew toys.
speaking about toys, I mean, speaking about walls, you know what I mean? They had a plantation burned down recently.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
They had a plantation burned down in what is
That's
it?
how you feel
Hold
about
on.
it.
Somebody burned it down.
No, it was just a fire, wildfire. And the biggest plantation in this, one of the biggest plantations in the South.
Yeah, that's the Lord.
Burned
South
down.
Carolina?
So you think somebody set it on fire? You talk that shit.
No, I believe it was a wildfire.
What's the South
Hold on. But
Louisiana?
Yeah.
what was it? Just that
It
plantation?
was just that plantation.
Oh, that was
One of
first.
the last
Came from
ones.
the Lord.
One of the last ones. He was I don't know.
Elijah or Elisha?
I don't know his name. He was a sugar
Elijah.
plantation owner.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's fine. Great.
If I may, this is a glorious sight to see the plantation burn. We just wait for America now. You know what I'm saying? We just wait for this whole
Look,
place.
and that was gonna be my TikTok. Dead serious.
Slaughter, did we get confirmation on that Jerusalem burning? Is that fake?
That need to burn too. The whole earth needs to be just destroyed. It's bad.
So it said,
If I may too, going back to the Diddy thing about Cassie,
yikes.
tied into this is how she looks so beautiful, model. People want to be with her. Inside, she's disgusting. It's the same thing with this earth. Like, imagine how many stories we don't know about. It's saying that this earth needs to be cleansed because if you just saw her 20 years ago, you were like, damn, she bad. She with him, that's her man. They're a regular couple. In reality, they doing all manner of evil and wickedness, and that's what this American society really is. And the Lord sees all that. That's why it got to be cleansed with fire, because it's like
I'll even go so far as to say how sad that is that 20 years ago when Cassie was dropping them first songs that you heard, that Me and You song, doom, doom, it had hella bass in it. Doo, 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 doo. Damn, man. But she had a good song. It was good to people, right, that listen to radio. That song had hella bass as far as I was concerned. But the whole time she dropped that album, that song, not even album, she was supposed to have a 10-album deal. She made music since then, right? She's made music since then.
Crazy.
You don't know it because
We don't know it.
her reputation. Your reputation is the most important thing on the planet.
That's the
It's
only
part,
song we
was
heard.
she part of the making of the band type shit?
Nah, she came
But-
way later.
This just shows you what I said earlier about the Megan Thee Stallion and Tony Braxton thing. What women put out is the attention that they get.
All right. Tony Braxton doing what she did at that graduation is so common that for us to treat Tony Braxton like she's special for doing it, you could go on. It's aunties out there all across the
But
planet.
they can't sing.
They don't have a reputation.
Exactly.
They don't have a
Exactly.
reputation.
That's why nobody talk about them.
But what I'm saying is Tony Braxton doing that is more societal than her music. She has compared to her music that's about hating a nigga, she has 40,000 more loving a nigga. Tony Braxton did a lot of good for the motherfucking community. What she did for her son or her nephew, that was terrible. That was a midlife crisis, and she should be shamed for that.
Hey, that's
But you gotta deal with King David, right? King David, he wrote 90% of the songs. He also fucked Uriah's wife. He also put Uriah in the heat of the battle to make sure he died since he didn't want to come and fuck his wife, so he could put the kid on. Excuse me, I'm saying the wrong words. I'm not vouching for Tony Braxton or any bitch, whore, to female dog.
304.
I'm not 304. I'm not like that. But what I am saying is Diddy, in comparison to what Tony Braxton did, I'm about to say he gets swallowed up, but you know, goddamn TJ fucked that up. Can't say that shit. But yeah, what Tony Braxton did is nothing. Diddy destroyed Cassie's life. Diddy, I didn't even know Cassie was so. I thought my life was bad. I'm over here. Cassie over at freak offs.
we did get back on this, but yeah.
We did. We on the same plantation.
Oh yeah.
So,
hey, shout out to the dead homies. Hey, on the plantation, on phone them, and we gonna get it back in blood. We gonna put all the Caucasians in slavery on the dead homies. Revelation 13, 9, and 10. There you go.
So yeah, man, his name was Randolph. He came from Virginia. He came from a wealthy. His name was Randolph. He came from a wealthy slave family, a plantation on that owned slaves. He came from Virginia. Then he went to Louisiana. He wanted to plant cotton, but he seen that the climate was different. So he was like, you know what, we should plant sugar cane. And then when he planted sugar cane, he ended up tripling his family's money, and became basically like a billionaire in today's times. And he had 176 slaves. You know what I mean? So
That ain't even a lot of people.
yeah, it's not compared to the plantations that was in South America. It's not, because you got a Jewish man that owned slaves in South America. He had 10,000 slaves. 10,000 on mamas. Yep. And so yeah, man, you know, a lot of people, they like, oh, this is a horrible thing. This is a museum now. It's a, you know what I mean? It's a landmark. And you know, man, look at this. That plantation should have went down. Just like the brother was saying about Cassie. She looked good and looked beautiful, but on the inside, she's horrible. Like this plantation home, it looked good. It's big. It sit on thousands of acres and all that. But what was happening there was horrible.
Nigga, how do
Like,
white
they
people
had to-
still sell plantation blinds? That's a thing. If you want blinds, They be like, what kind of blinds? You want shutters? You want Venetian? We also have plantation blinds. The fuck?
But if I could, yeah, that's fact. And if I could, let's talk about what used to go on plantations.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you
The
know what?
types of plantation.
Like like when you watch the Django, that was light compared to what was going on those plantations, bro. That's where we got our identity completely stripped away from us.
And
You know, sorry.
I hate to keep bringing it back, but all the vile and disgusting stuff that Diddy was doing was light work to what they hadn't been doing to us because we
On the
learned these
plantation.
things from them.
Right.
Oh,
They
you
hadn't
said
been
you
doing
have
this, you know what I'm saying?
You have nerd- you
Like,
have
you
nerd
think about
shit.
it. Like they was like let's mention a few things going on plantation. They was taking real time brothers' legs to two different horses and hitting the horses, and then you know what I mean. They was hanging women upside down, cutting their stomach open. You had to pick cotton from sun up to sundown. But to the oppressor, this plantation burning down, this house burning down is a horrible thing. But that's how you know we on two different sides of the coin. To black people, we clapping and we happy. To white people, they're like, no, that was a museum. We want to come and see what our ancestors did to you guys, and we want to just get a feel for it. To us, we ain't even gotta be there. We like, man, burn it down. We just heard the stories. We don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, even with what
You know what I mean?
what you bringing out, right? That's a labor plantation.
Yeah.
The sex plantation was a whole different, and it was a more. It's like OnlyFans.
Yeah, but
You got,
yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? You got an OnlyFans plantation, and you got a slave.
yeah.
You made more money on the OnlyFans plantation, and he was breeding, and them kids that came on the OnlyFans plantation, you could sell them to the labor plantation.
Yeah, but the majority of the plantations was labor plantations.
I get that
Like
part.
this one, we didn't got to talk about the OnlyFans one because this was a labor. This wasn't the only. This was a labor plantation. They had to pick sugar cane from sun up to sundown. You know what I mean? Brothers' family, they got separated from their family. Hey, it's a good thing that plantation got burned down, but this is what people don't understand. America is a plantation now.
That's right.
Like even when you read the scriptures in Deuteronomy, would say until you be destroyed. Like that's talking about after we got that plantation. Everybody think Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves.
Man, God bless America and nowhere else.
Abraham Lincoln didn't free no slaves.
If I could,
Go
sir,
ahead.
the brother just passed me his phone, and this is what he looked up. The Candyland plantation was the plantation the plantation that
The Django.
movie the Django
Right.
was based on. I didn't notice it said this is it's based on the Evergreen Plantation, which is a real plantation in Louisiana. The movie used Evergreen Plantation as a filming location and to depict the setting for the Candyland Plantation. Evergreen Plantation is a national historic landmark and has over 30 buildings on the property.
That's psychological
You know
warfare.
what I mean?
That's psychological warfare to do that to actors.
Yeah, they got a historic landmark about your pain and suffering on.
It's a historic
They don't got that
landmark.
about that. Well, where's the burning? Where's the places where they burned the Jewish people that we can go and visit? I mean, they probably got them all. No, I never heard of it. I ain't never heard of it.
They burnt that stuff down.
You know what I mean?
Destroyed.
Exactly.
What about the
They make
historic
a mockery
landmark where
out
they
of it,
lynched
bro.
niggas at?
And
It's tourists.
That's
You
what I'm
can go on
saying.
a tour.
You can go on a tour and see this is what they did to black people. This is where it happened at, and you get to get a.
It's like
smell the air.
Alcatraz. It's like you
Yeah.
go to Alcatraz. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of Alcatraz,
Yeah.
motherfucking Donald Duck Trump trying to open Alcatraz as an actual fucking
Yeah.
prison.
I just did a TikTok on that. Yeah.
If I may, this just shows you how wicked America is, though, because they'll burn down what was good to motivate black people. That's what they were
Point out,
about.
look up Aaron
They'll burn
Lopez.
down Black
Look
Wall
up Aaron
Street,
Lopez.
Stevie, they'll burn all that down. But they hold on to what they did because they take pride in that. And that's what made America great. Don't ever get it confused and think America was great because of union. America was great for our oppressors because of
Are you
separation.
talking
of
about the
slavery.
slave master? Aaron Lopez?
Screen back bigger again for you.
Hey, what does make America great again mean?
Put black people in shackles and chains.
Is that what that means?
It's a dog whistle term for that.
What does that mean? Like, think about it, right? Think about it,
It
right?
means white power.
All right, but from a black perspective, if you was to take this statement really seriously, right? What does make America great again really fucking mean? Because we're not going, okay, we don't think we could get locked up again, right? You don't think, as you sit here, if a cop came in here and said, I'm going to slavery, you're not going to go. But if a cop comes in and says you're getting arrested for child support, you're going to put your hands behind your back.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, what the heck does Make America Great Again actually mean for our protection's sake?
Oh, for our protection.
I mean, what is it like? All right,
What is it?
tell people the truth is what I'm saying.
This is what my take on what Make America Great means. Make America Great Again means. White people want black people to know that they are superior to them. That's ultimately what Make America Great means. Again, you feel me? Like, white people want to acknowledge all of the great stuff that they built off of the backs of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
But do they believe they built it off our back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on. If I could, sir. Yes, they do. This is why this is the perfect topic that we talking about. They thinking that it's a historic landmark. This is a great museum. They don't want to not remember how their people got on top of society. They want their offspring to understand that, nigga, we ran this shit because we had all of them in servitude. Make America Great Again means, nigga, we gonna flex, brag, and boast about you niggas being our slaves.
Right.
That's what that means. So like,
If I may, to piggyback off what the brother is saying so heavy, it's Make America Great Again is white parents and white America, the liberals were lying to their children. They're telling them, don't be a bully. You should be equal. You should be fair. Love everyone. And they're seeing America fall. America became great because they were bullies. Because they hated everyone. And because they're not fair. And they're like, if we keep lying to our children, they're not going to do the things they need to do in order for us to have power. So we need to bring a resurgence and tell our children the truth of this is who we are. This is how we got here. Racism works. Oppression works. Discrimination works. Hatred works. Stop being a rainbow person that loves everybody.
excellent.
You know what I'm saying?
If I may,
Excellent.
just to line back off of what Rock said, I made a TikTok, and how you said, we know we can't go back into slavery, but we're scared for child support. No, they passed a law in the Congress that even if you're a citizen, you can be deported out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that means us too. They're not just coming after our brothers. And
They're like doing it.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's a brother locked up right now that's not an illegal immigrant.
Man,
They arrest the mayor or
And
something
they
too?
sent that nigga dumb far.
They arrest the mayor recently?
Yeah.
So
And what's that shit? My bad.
I was gonna say that's the America being great again.
That's their being great again. That's a fact.
I think if I can add my 2 cents to it, I think Make America Great Again is white people saying, let's return this society to the exact moments in whatever year that worked out best for us. I don't think it's just one decade. I don't think it's just chattel slavery. I think it's laughing barrels.
Yeah.
Laughing barrels is a thing that you don't know about. I don't know about, but have you ever heard of it? Yeah, a laughing barrel was.
You got that, Aaron Lopez.
A laughing barrel was. I know you know about it, nigga. No,
So like, sir, whenever you ready, to Aaron Lopez.
come on. Yeah.
Oh, you know, you pull it. No, pull it.
Forgive me.
So like,
No. Do that.
And then don't just go what y'all saying too, what Kasar was saying too, before you pull it. That's why they trying to ban or eliminate critical race theory.
Right.
They don't want to talk about what they really did.
Yeah.
They don't want, because then your kids gonna be looking at you crazy.
Yeah.
Like, now I know why black people black people hate you.
Right.
Nigga, I know why they hate you. Look what y'all did to them.
Right.
You've been teaching us, nigga, that, you know what I mean?
I could argue. I see what you're saying, but it's not that they don't want their kids to know. They don't want us to know it. Because if they're at home, they tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know, they show them their grandfather, their grandfather clan here, and they tell them we own slaves. But in public, they don't want to talk about it. They want to keep that at home. You know what I mean?
I don't think their kids know that though.
To answer your question,
I don't think all their children know like what they really did.
hold on. They don't know the full extent
That's
of
what I'm
it.
saying. They know it,
But
it's a bastardized
the-
history,
the
like how we
proof-
found know
The
about it.
proof that we know, remember, probably like a couple years ago, we did a podcast, and it was a baseball team, and it had something to do with them like throwing cotton at one of the black
In
bats.
Kansas City.
Yeah,
In Kansas
you
City.
remember that?
Yeah.
All of the other stories of little white kids making like what's the word I'm looking for? They playing like they got a black kid in slavery at school. And it's 2000.
What do you mean? If I picked this amount of cotton, if you would take me to the prom, type shit.
If
That type of shit.
like black faces and also the true meaning where picnic come from. Picnic was just the slavery term for picking the N word. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but a white kid in society today, they not gonna know that shit.
But
But a white kid calling another black kid a nigger or them simulating a black kid being a slave at school,
They learning that.
they learning that from
Yeah.
home.
But it's a lot of them. They have no clue. Just like okay, like for example, like the Jewish people. A
Mhm.
lot of them really think that they're Jews. They're like, oh, we're.
That's
I know it's not the same shit, but a lot in their mind, they're like, you're a Jew. It's impossible. Like,
So what you're saying that they like y'all raped all these black women back? They like surprised at hearing that.
they don't
understand it.
They don't
Like,
like-
they never happened.
they just believe that
Yeah,
their idea of slavery is that y'all got took by Africa by Christopher Columbus and just like 5 people, and then they put you on slaves. Yeah, they don't know that nigga.
No.
y'all.
No, ask a black kid that's in middle school today, bro, that don't have family members that really know the truth about our history or taught them that. You know what they tell these kids today?
Yeah.
Black people came over here as immigrants.
Right.
They literally tell them that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
No,
what
you're
they
right.
teaching in
You're
school.
right.
They
Yeah,
ain't
you're
teaching
right.
the truth in school.
You're right.
In critical race theory, they gonna actually teach the truth about what happened. Then they kids gonna be looking at them like,
Yeah,
nah.
you're right. You're
Well,
right.
What
I
I
mean,
was
y'all been telling me
you're right.
like they don't want to get a job
Yeah,
and
you're right.
they don't want to lace themselves up by their bootstraps and
look up
look
Laughing
what y'all did. Look what we did.
Laughing
Like they didn't really. I don't know.
I think
You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Laughing
I think it's-
Barrels in the South.
I think it's definitely more black people learning this gonna make them hate us. So it's like they divide it too. You
That's
see what I'm saying? Like
You
you
think
don't
it's the
teach
guilt
niggas to hate us. Teach them that if nothing happened, it's okay and they're gonna
Yeah,
love us.
that's a
But
fact.
they do want their kids to know, like you said, but I feel you, they're not gonna go to the deep and
But y'all-
really explain
Yeah.
what they did to the Native
But y'all
Americans,
missing something.
pulling people's fingernails off and raping them. But they do want to let them know,
Y'all
like, hey,
missing
we
something.
oppressed them and
Nice.
we ruling over them.
Yeah.
Right.
But
But then they also gonna put in there, we all been oppressed before.
Yeah,
We're
right.
Irish. We come
It
from
was
the
just our
Irish,
time.
and it was just
It was our time.
They not
Not
gonna really
bad.
know like this only
Right.
happened to this group of
But
people.
remember this.
That you know what I mean?
Remember this. To make you gotta y'all saying everything correctly, but the only thing y'all missing is the understanding that to make something
I don't
great
I
for
don't
white
remember how to send
people,
them the link. You
it's
know how to
not
send it?
everything.
Yeah.
It's specific things. It's again,
No.
look up Laughing Barrels in the South. What does it say about it?
Hold on, I'm
Go ahead.
It's Laughing Barrel and stuff.
Read up a little.
Laughing Barrels was a term used during the era of slavery and Jim Crow
Jim Crow mainly.
in the American South to describe a practice where black people would hide their laughter or other expression of joy by putting their heads inside a barrel
Uh-huh.
to avoid being seen as disrespectful
Uh-huh.
by white
By
people.
what? By what?
By white
By
people.
what people?
By white people.
That is what I mean. To make America great again is not about putting us all back in chains. I think the lie is thinking it's going back to the 1800s, the 1500s. No, it's white people creating a country that is right where they like it at.
email.
Updated.
Updated,
You
but
know-
right where they want it. I want that 1912 part. I want that 1846 part. I want that 1908 part. I want that 1912 part. And let's put all of these parts together and decide that this was when America was its greatest. I think us thinking that white people want to put us back in slavery is the stupidest thought. I don't think white people would ever want to put us in chains again. That's a lot of work to you, and they have to feed. They don't like welfare. They don't like communism. Slavery is communism. So white people really just want to. They want to be on top, and then whatever they say goes about us makes America great
There
again.
you go.
If you gotta work 7 days a week, nigga, you gotta work 7 days a week. Don't are you Christian?
Shit don't
Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no,
You know, I'm not-
no, yes. You look like you want to say no. Nigga, you took too long. No, you're not a Christian. He works 7 days a week. Are you a Christian? 7 days a week. Are you a Christian? No, you're a Christian. 6 days a week. He works 6 days to get
I'm
Sunday
not-
off. They want that. They want that.
Make America
I'm Christian.
America great again.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
say,
yeah. You see what I'm
No,
saying?
that's the real. No, that's the lie. The lie. They want
Hold
to
on.
lie.
Let me tell you why, right? If they unalive all of the black community, who the hell is going to build their kingdom?
this shit?
That's what I'm telling my grandma. I'm telling my grandma, I'm like, they don't want to just
They want
hurt all of us.
It's already built. They just want to unlock
It's
us
not.
because what's coming out, the truth is coming out, who we really are.
Yeah, but they still need to have their kingdom being maintained.
Okay,
Okay,
here's
hold
the
on, hold on.
Go ahead.
So, if I may,
Mhm.
they are advancing with technology and
Yep.
AI.
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
more, so this is what happened. This is why slavery ended. Slavery ended because of technology, not because they cared about niggas. They
Right?
invented the cotton gin. They could produce way more cotton
Mhm.
than they could by paying and feeding this nigga.
Yep.
So they fired you from your slave job. So now, as the
We
more
free the
technology, exactly, they're gonna let more niggas go, and they're gonna be like, "What are we gonna do with them? We're gonna have to kill these niggas because we don't need them no more."
But
You know what I mean? So it's getting to that point. Now they're gradually gonna get to that point. Like,
Hold
yeah,
on.
America AI
If I could. Now, you got a point, right? But what's a big money maker in America that has everything to do with the children of Israel besides
Sports,
corporations and laborers that's not forced?
babies,
No.
abortions,
music.
No. Prison, nigga.
slavery.
Prison.
Yeah.
They get free labor from niggas. Like you go to IKEA,
But that's about
they're making that shit
That's
in
about to
prison.
become
That's what we
obsolete.
said. This is how it works.
Exactly.
They stack the money off of slavery to invest in a cotton gin.
Right.
They're stacking the money off prison labor to fire the prisoners, and they're going to get rid of
But I'm
the
not,
lower end.
I'm
in.
not
It's like,
done, though.
yeah, okay, go ahead. Stop.
They still get $30,000 per head in a prison. You gonna lock up robots?
No, they
No,
don't.
they can cut all our heads
No,
off.
they don't. They don't need.
They don't need-
You don't
know,
get to kill all of us.
You've been in prison. In prison, bro, you make soap, nigga, couches,
Right.
license plates,
Mhm.
anything you can think of, niggas make that shit in prison. They got robots that's gonna start doing this. So they're not gonna need you.
So
It's gonna be a waste of space.
It's a waste of space. They don't
the
need you.
police can
Everybody don't work in there though.
Yeah.
They still
Yeah.
get paid off of everybody.
Yeah.
That's why God.
Everybody don't work in prison.
Yeah, no, that's
Like, you're not forced to get a
No,
job while
that-
you in
you
prison.
no, you export stuff.
What
Shut
you're
up.
missing-
No, not everyone. Hell no.
No,
you
what
either
you're
gotta put
missing
school.
is white people will do nothing.
They not making,
AI will do
At first, you gotta
everything.
work or go to school.
But black
they
people
not
won't
making no
exist.
money off of you like going to school.
No, for sure.
But they're making money off of you working.
Mhm.
How
If you what
do you
I'm
kill off?
saying is-
How do you kill black
Tell
people
them
off?
right.
Abortion, disease,
Bro, man,
Murder.
drugs.
If you get black people to just OD, you kill them like that. If you get black people to just abort their children, you kill them like that.
Nigga, bro,
All you
this
gotta
nigga
do
like
is
bird.
not killing us now.
That nigga, look at
The
him.
AI is training.
Nigga, rubbing his hands together like bird.
AI is
Sleep for like 12 hours, bro.
Like, what was the last part you saying, sir?
The AI is controllable.
Right.
The AI is trainable.
Right.
Even that bullshit they had where the AI stopped working because he realized he was going to do the same thing over and over again. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that ain't real.
You know what I'm saying? A human will work to death, and you can work a nigga to death because all we think about is survival. Just train the AI to think survival.
This is why you see so many homeless people all across America. They want to get it to the point where it's like you consider undesirable, you consider no value to the planet, and they're gonna be like, bro, you're gonna have to wipe these niggas out because they're no value. I'm telling you.
Well, the problem is white people are on fentanyl is what I call it. They on
Hey, young
fentanyl too.
they're
So
gonna wipe them out too. The lower ranking, they don't want them. They don't care about them.
Oh,
They want to be a planet of rich. Like, what's the movies where they go up into space and everybody on Earth is poor, but they live in that nice spaceship?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same concept.
Star
If
Wars.
I may,
you got-
If I could too, can he read that to you down?
if I may,
Yeah.
making America great again is not about putting us in slavery or none of that, man. What it is like Alama Karak said, it's about them being superior over us and us knowing our place. That's what makes America great again. When you walk down the street, instead of being confident as you are now, you know that you need to put your hand down. If you run a race and you come in first place and you see the white man running next to you, you better fall on the ground and let him get in first place.
it's
That's what
about you putting your face in a laughing
You be
barrel.
ashamed.
Yeah, look, and if I could too, sir, making America great again is about oppressing the 12 tribes of Israel, but making it sophisticated and convincing you that you're not the one being oppressed.
Right.
You're in it with us. We're oppressing this imaginary person.
Right.
But the whole time it's
Just be joining.
right, nigga. That's what it's about. It's about oppressing you and making it sophisticated so you won't feel like a slave. But even though you got to work 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week,
Let me slide
even
this
though you gotta,
pause.
it's sophisticated.
Let me ask you what you about to fucking say. Now, with that being said, can Donald Trump get a third term?
Oh, yeah.
And if he can get a third term, what's stopping him from just being a continual president?
And listen, we don't vote. We don't vote, but I hope we do because he's an idiot and he fucking everything up. We don't vote, but I hope we do because that nigga's an
I
idiot.
think this shit about to be
That
business
nigga's
as usual, bro.
But
Like somebody said to me, like one of my family members in the world, like, oh yeah, the Pope just died, and there's not going to be another Pope. I look at this and I'm like, bro, you stupid. Like, it's going to be another president. It's going to be another Pope. This shit is going to be business as usual. The scriptures literally say, bro, when Christ comes, this shit gonna be like the days of Noah. It's gonna be business as usual.
Exactly.
People gonna be drinking wine. People gonna be having sex with women, bro. People gonna be starting businesses. People gonna be on pot. Like, nigga, we gonna be watching. It is what it is. Commander General Yana is going to be having black watch, bro.
Right.
We gonna be going to camp, bro.
Right.
It's niggas gonna be doing street interviews, bro. This shit gonna be always the same, bro.
And then
I
one
know-
day it's never gonna stop raining.
Exactly. They said it most high Christ. Right?
No, real talk.
Like this shit not like so when it comes to make America great again, their agenda could be to kill us all. Their agenda could be to use AI and all that type of stuff. At the same time, though, that ain't what prophecy say.
Yeah.
Prophecy say this shit gonna be business as usual.
And
So we gotta endure until the end, bro.
and also
keep doing this shit.
and keep doing. No, that's a fact. You know, real talk. And the UPK thing, we ain't dropping no swords. We gonna keep making this shit happen, man. And you know, America is the bigger. It's a bigger plantation now. It ain't just you stranded on a few acres of land now. The whole America is a plantation. Central, South, North America. You know what I mean? England, wherever is the 12 tribes of Israel at, it's a plantation. Hey, young man, Jesus, can you read that part right quick? So now before we change the subject, we about to read about one of the biggest plantations on the Western Hemisphere. You know what I mean? Where this Jewish man, you know, a lot of people don't want to talk about Jewish people in there. Yo, they hand in the transatlantic slave trade. We about to read about a Jewish man, and he had over 10,000 slaves. You know what I mean, on a plantation. Go ahead, read it. We got it.
This is Aaron Lopez, born Duarte Lopez, 1713, May 28, 1882
Little louder.
was the
'cause
Portuguese.
Little louder because you far from.
Go ahead.
You
Well,
come
you
here.
just
You come here.
Was the Portuguese-born
Ready,
merchant,
ready.
slave trader.
You can swear.
Start from the top.
Lying.
From the top.
Yeah. Aaron Lopez, born Duarte Lopez, 1713, May 28, was a Portuguese-born merchant, slave trader, and a philanthropist, born in Lisbon into a commercial family. He moved to British America, settling in the colony of Rhode Island and Providence Plantation. Through his varied commercial ventures, Lopez became the wealthiest person in Newport, Rhode Island. In 1761 and 1762, Lopez unsuccessfully sued the colonial government of Rhode Island in an attempt to become a British subject.
If
Wow.
I may.
Okay, let me look it up. I'm gonna find a better article.
If
Don't
I may,
worry about it.
sir, that's crazy that he tried to sue the British government and they didn't allow them. But
Oh.
when Martin Luther King and Malcolm X talking like they're gonna take it to
He
the
said they
You
just
win.
lied, Bill.
they didn't allow them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who was trying to put it together with them. You know what I'm saying? That just shows you we are not the same. A lot of that's the problem with our people too. We so past what we've been through that we think we are the same. We think we equal. Nothing like
I think the most pathetic part of it, this is the most pathetic part of all of that shit. The most pathetic part of it is nothing's different today than it was in the 60s, and the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, the 20s, the 10s, 1890s, 1880s, 70s. It's always, when have white people not killed black people?
Right.
The whole freaking reason, because fuck you two. The whole damn reason.
Stop.
To hell with you. Okay. The whole reason we have a Kunta Kinte thought about what makes you Kunta Kinte? You being a runaway and they cut your foot off.
you being
Right.
They've been cutting our feet off forever. Us acting like Martin Luther King. You can't say cut your feet.
No, you know,
Okay,
go
okay.
ahead, sir. You what?
They knocked that brother off from the damn hotel window.
Mhm.
They knocked that brother off from the damn hall he was in. They've been killing Huey. They got Huey. Like, we've been getting murked the same ways forever. Why aren't we? Come on, man. So, all right, I gotta wait for Keisha Cole's son to grow up and get unalived. And then, oh, white people are different now. No, I gotta wait for Ken Griffey Jr.'s great grandson to grow up and get unalived. And then white people just become bad. They've been the same damn way since our inception.
If I may, sir, that comes from the reason why the reason why we are society that we are now is because of the women. You know what I mean? Not trying to point at the women, but they want to say that, women don't want to see their babies get hurt and all that. As a father, I love my son, but brother, you finna put these boots on and go to war. You know what I mean? Lord be with you to protect this house. You understand me? But his mama might look at it different. Yeah,
I would say it like this, right? I get what you're saying, but I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I train my son to go to war, and I pray nobody touches him.
Right.
Because the man that touches him is gonna feel a wrath he ain't never felt in his life before. I don't care about his ethnicity. I don't care if he wants America to be terrible again or great again.
Right.
I think the problem is we're constantly at a place of us. We need, like, we're doing this podcast right now.
Mhm.
We need the viewers. We need YouTube to keep us on. We need to say things the way they want us to talk. That ain't how they work. The little white broad that Captain Desire interviewed, she done got interviewed by Pierce Morgan. I just posted a video on my timeline where Kendrick Lamar, because Kendrick Lamar did the edited version of Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. Remember he said, "Say Drake, I heard you like him." The party said, "No, what? I'ma fuck him up." That's how he says it on the unedited version. But on the edited version, he's like, "What? I'ma tough him up." that same white broad was like, what's he mean? He's gonna be a. She basically said he's gonna be a, and she said an N-word. She said it. I like that's the problem. We not trying to. We are tough. We ain't trying to tough. The problem is we live in a society where white people say these are the words you can't say to be on my air. We were never supposed to be integrated. Right. So that if Kendrick Lamar disses Drake in our culture and white people want to hear that damn song, well, we only do it in one version.
Right.
So if you don't want to hear him say fuck him up, you don't get the song. Right. We are too dependent on white people's approval. Right. That's our problem. And until we realize that, we're not in the like the ISUPK. Shout out to Commander Jerry Hunter. The ISUPK is unique because white people have to ask to come in here.
Right.
They have to ask, can I interview you? Can I come through those doors? And they can get told no.
We don't care about their opinion here. Like we don't have any care about their opinion.
But to get on their airwaves, we have to conform to them. Exactly. White people are never conforming to us.
Because that's the white power structure.
Exactly. They don't. White people feel like they should be able to say the N-word.
They do. We just watched the show where they had some cartoons doing some crazy madness on YouTube with 1 million views. But if we say the wrong word here, they're gonna cut us off.
Nigga, there's a video of niggas from Saturday Night Live doing a skit. And they're saying the N-word 40 fucking times. It's white boys.
Sorry, before we change it, it's about the Jewish plantation owners. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard it before. It's crazy though.
They're Jewish. The plantation owners are Jewish.
But this is like early slavery.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Like,
Let's talk about
it. Jordan Savan was a Jewish plantation community in Suriname, South America, and was for a time.
Right. If y'all don't know, the majority of the slave trade went to South. I know y'all know, but for the viewers, majority of the slave trade was in South America. Right. You know what I mean? It's like,
and for a time, the center of Jewish life in the colony, it was established in the 1600s by Sephardi Jews and became more developed and wealthy after a group of Jews fleeing persecution in Brazil settled there in the 1660s. Mm-hmm. It was located in what now is Para district, about 18 kilometers south of capital Paramaribo. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, on the Suriname River. Sugarcane plantations were established by forcing Black African people to work as slaves.
And also, I'm going to talk about this because Jewish people try to exclude themselves from the slave trade. Like, we're not white, we're Jewish. We didn't have nothing to do with it. When literally the biggest plantations that was ever owned by anybody was owned by Jewish people. All throughout the 1600s, the 1700s, you know what I mean? They own the biggest plantations, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure these spots is tourist spots right now, just like the one we just read about in Louisiana, a tourist spot and a historical landmark and all that. Keep going. It's like,
God, at its height in around 1700, Jordan Savan was home to roughly around 500 plantation owners and 9,000 enslaved people.
It's crazy.
How many?
9,000.
Exactly what you're saying right now, because like they had the hugest part possible because they financed this, like the banks, like Wells Fargo,
right.
Chase. They have a record of financing the ships.
Yeah,
that brought the slaves over here. So it's just like
they had him and his family and whoever he was with. They had 500 plantations and 9,000 slaves.
Right.
The nigga, the plantation that just burned down, they ain't got nothing. He had 160 some slaves. That ain't even a fraction of what they had. The Jewish man is the devil, man. Like, that is insane. 9,000 people? We can't even get 9,000 people to Passover. Like these niggas said, slave.
It's not a nation.
Not yet.
You
Slave.
gotta say
Yeah,
small.
I think
Yeah, I know.
I think the crazy part is the small heads, just like on that interview on the Breakfast Club. They asked him, they said, well, you believe after religion, and you believe in this. And he's like, yeah.
What's
He
the
like,
name?
He's like, so why do you push back religion? Why do you let them talk about unaliving black people? He's like, well, we gotta eat, Charmaine.
I gotta eat
We
somewhere.
gotta eat.
Leroy Cole.
Yeah, Leroy Cohen.
So it's like,
And you know what's so crazy about him? Not to cut you off, sir. Cohen is the bastardized version of Kahun, which means priest.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
but the
Be
crazy,
Islamic.
so no, it's all good. But the crazy part about it is that they show that they don't care about us and our well-being. But black people, we always try to care about them. Even when we go out to camp and when we say things and try to, and when we really speak, like we lift our people up. You know what I mean? Like they don't know it. They're hearing it. They say, "Oh, they talking like no, we try to pick you up," but they don't appreciate that. They want to defend these people, but they can say whatever they want, do whatever they want, and they have nothing to say about it. You know what I mean? Because it's not no togetherness. You know what I mean? As far as the black community, it's no togetherness between black man and woman, child and like it's no togetherness. You know what I mean?
And you know what's so crazy about what you're saying? Like a lot of black people, they think the UPK, we just out here just trying to create enemies.
Right.
Just because we just bored, we ain't got no jobs, and you know what I mean? Our kid, we ain't married, we ain't got no nigga. We did the history, nigga. These niggas is ops for a reason. We tripping for a reason, nigga. We did the history. We reading it right now. These niggas really enslaved 9,000 people, 9,000 black people on one plantation. We reading the history right now. We ain't just making some up, just trying to come out here because we bored and create. Man, look, we just reading about it. His name Aaron Lopez. Look it up yourself. Johannesburg. They had 500 plantations and 9,000 slaves.
9,000 slaves on a plantation.
That ain't including the ones that was pregnant, the babies that came out.
The ghetto.
That's the ghetto.
On a
And that's
slave
what I just said before we read it. I'm like, don't just look at being in slavery as you on a plantation and Abraham Lincoln came and he freed us. America's the plantation now.
Right.
Nigga, you got to get everything like the scripture said in Deuteronomy. You got to get everything from them now. You know what I mean?
Like what y'all saying is so heavy just because it's like even what I want to bring up today in camp is we are literally still at war with this society. There has been no type of treaty drawn up with us as a people.
Mm-hmm.
There has been no reparations given for the things they have done to us. And anywhere else you go on the planet Earth, if people had done what they have done to us, niggas will still be dying to this day.
Yeah.
Like niggas are still dying in North Korea. You know, they still out there in the DMZ zone shooting each other. Niggas go in there, they start shooting. In Africa, they still got little militia wars happening right now because they got people like different tribes that they don't like that killed them 40 years ago.
And that's why,
And
and if I could, and that's what you saying, that's so wrong. That because that's why the Christian church so just soft and just like that shit. Nigga, that shit weak, nigga.
Right.
Because like that's why America respect the Arabs and China and everybody you name it. They didn't went to war with all of them, but they respect them because they gonna fight.
Right.
Black people. I was talking to my grandma, I trying to put her on blast. I was talking to my grandma's husband. This nigga think we supposed to just pray everything away. I'm like, nigga, where did they do that in the Bible? Did David didn't pray for Goliath? He didn't say, God, please, this uncircumcised, dirty that nigga. Nigga, that nigga smoke, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
They praying for the Lord to deliver.
yeah, like, come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
in the Maccabees, when I have that one group of Israelites that just get murdered.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Soft. We can't. It's a sad. No, not for no reason.
Man, I mean, it's like
Yeah.
The reason
It's
the
the
reason
Sabbath.
is
We
that
can't.
it's that same spirit.
It's the Sabbath. We can't do nothing at all.
Let's
Let's
pray
just
to God.
pray. And we ain't advocating violence and we gotta go do nothing.
Right.
What we saying is that, nigga, you gotta stop celebrating their holidays.
Mhm.
You gotta stop trying to hold hands with them. Everything you learned from Martin Luther King, the whole purpose of the UPK is we want to correct the culture. That's what we're doing. This is the correcting culture podcast. You know what I mean?
That's the name.
You know what I mean?
That's the name.
Yeah, so we trying to
Culture.
correct everything
That's
you
the name.
learned. You know what I mean? Like the scriptures say, nigga, you gotta be born again. Everything you gotta start completely over. Everything you learned from the church, the Muslim mosque, it was completely wrong. You know what I mean? I know you might be looking at grandma and them, man. I was telling them in the car, I was looking at Warrior interview with Kevin Dohar and them.
Yeah.
He was like, damn, he was like, nigga, I found out I was living a lie. He was like, it was crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I thought that, I was right. And then come to find out, this nigga that we worked with, he said I was all in prison yard. I ain't even truth yet. Like, you know that cross that white man on your neck, that's homosexual. Like, you know what I mean? That's how strong the truth is. You talk to a nigga like that in California prison. Hey man, it's gonna get you telling a nigga he got a homosexual on his neck. Hey man. No, real talk.
So heavy because the deeper you go into it, it's just another lyric becomes uncovered. Like right now, Medea is considered the perfect example of a black Christian. It's a old man in a dress.
Right.
You know, just talk about that.
Like Salagi, like
That's
how is
insane.
that the example of what a Christian?
No, Captain Zark was just talking about that shit.
What
Did you watch that shit?
I did
Then
it.
he was like, when you watch no, not Medea, Norbit. He's like, you watch Norbit and she cheating on the nigga with Marlon Wayne, but the whole time that's Eddie Murphy in the damn store. I'm like, this shit crazy. So yes, like it. That's
Like if I may real quick, you're talking about slavery, right? The plantation continues, man. The machine keeps on working because that's why the UPK is so important, man, because slaves are being turned out daily on a daily basis. You know, now where slavery is the rap music, they're controlling everything. They control the music, the entertainment, everything that's got to do with black people, Christianity, the whole 9 yards, right? So that's atrocious. What happened then? This dude having all these slaves, man, they keep pumping slaves out every day. You know what I mean? And the shit never stops.
Yeah,
and that's why the UPK is so important.
Yeah, no, real talk. They got it down to the science now.
Right.
They literally don't need to have you on a plantation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They, like you said, the rap music. You nigga, what else doing it? Christianity, YouTube. I had to tell my kids. My daughter came in there and was like, look at God, white man. I'm like, what the fuck? Who taught you this? She was like, I seen on YouTube. My daughter said, devil. He evil. She like, yeah. I'm like, he's evil. That nigga evil. You know what I mean? But I'm just like, who the hell? Like, you gotta, like, it's so wicked now, bro. Like, they like you said, they producing slaves. It's like a machine coming out. It just come out the machine, land on the conveyor belt, and just start going. So you gotta be on it. You gotta catch it before you hit that conveyor belt. Like, you hit the conveyor belt, bounce off. Right. Like, you gotta like movie shit. Like, you know what I mean?
What's crazy?
Like, this shit crazy.
It's so deep because right now, even when you just go to the slave, which why we call it a slave, your coworkers are the ones that are trying to convince you not in slavery.
Right.
And they got this bootlicker mentality where they'll tell you, nah, we don't need to take breaks. Oh, you can't work 14 hours a day. Oh, you can't do this. You're lazy. You're this.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all want to get in the union? Well, you pussy. You know, it's like, you over here just like, I don't see my family. I get paid $800 a week. Right. I'm putting in 60 hours, and y'all telling me that I'm complaining and me trying to do something greater or better. I'm a problem.
Right. That's a fact. And then what you saying so heavy. Anytime somebody dictate and control when you see your kids, when you pick them up from school, when you go to sleep, when you put them in bed, nigga, you're a slave.
Right.
You're a slave. Anytime, nigga, I'll be like my slave. I'm like, God damn, I gotta pick my kid up from school. I'm like, I can't even do it. Hey, bro, like, yeah, this ain't. I ain't gonna lie. Every day getting easier and easier not to go back. Y'all kind of tripping over here. Like, y'all kind of tripping. Nigga, you trying to, oh, bro, this shit kind of getting too weird for real. You know what I mean?
Matabar, he tapped in. Live here.
Matabar, what's going on?
Hey, shit, fucking thigh. What's going on? I can.
It's on you. They wait for you.
Hey, y'all getting it in over there, man. Y'all speaking on some heavy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, count on sir.
Hey, Shalom Lord Christ, man. And Matabar, what's going on with you, sir?
Hey, everything too wild, man. I'm just listening to y'all, brother, getting in there. This y'all first episode, huh?
This the first one.
Yeah, sir.
Hey,
Like in the middle of the episode, we just came up with the official name, Corrected Culture. That's what we gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Corrected Culture.
Hey, Most High in Christ, man. Because what y'all speaking, you know, like, shit, I came to school at the end of 2013, man. So everything y'all speaking, everything I've been taught, been handed down before me and on to y'all, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing a hell of a job, man.
Damn right.
Hey, Saladia too, sir. If you want to chime in, just unmute yourself and then we'll let you ride.
Con, ain't no sweat.
Okay, sir.
You know what I mean? No, so like, yeah, like the brother was saying, like you're right. Your coworkers, they try to convince you because I work. It's like on my little show, I work graveyard from 12 at night to like 9 in the morning. But that's hard for a lot of people to do, especially when they got kids. So a lot of people don't show up. So I end up working from 12 at night to like 10 in the morning. Nigga, I'll be like dumb tired.
Right.
But nigga, I be, you know what I mean? And they be like, yo, I've been doing this for 6 months. I always work. I don't even be sure. I'm like, nigga, nobody wants to work this long, bro.
Right.
To provide for their family.
Right.
Who the hell you think I want to be work for somebody? Man. I'm trying to come up with some businesses right now.
If I ain't gonna lie, man, and shout out to all some other boy out there in Louisiana. Like, I went to try to get food stamps out there. You gotta work for a certain amount of time period. So I was like, man, I'm out here hustling, doing my thing. I don't need a job. I want to get some free food stamps. So let me get this slavery working at this chicken plant factory. And when I went in there, they had an old black woman on the wall, and it was like, shout out to Miss So-and-so, 41 years working here.
Insane.
You know what I'm saying? And I was making like $5.60 an hour or something like that. So I'm like, she making nothing. She been doing this for 40 years, and she get a picture on the wall, but they made millions of dollars, and they made it seem like it was glorious to do that when it was really sad. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, I worked there till lunch. I didn't even make it till lunch. I quit. I was hit my phone. I'm like, I got the money online. I can't even get the food stamp.
That's over with.
And
And you know what's so crazy?
It got me messed up.
Nigga, what you said is it'd be the sisters too. It was a sister I seen online, right? She was working at old woman working at UPS, and she retired. And then they was like, "We're gonna throw you a party. We're gonna get you a cake. We do all this stuff." And then when the actual day came for them to throw her a party and congratulate her for working here for 30 years or like 40 years, like you said, they didn't do it. So her daughters came up there, and it was like, "Damn, my mama's been working there for hella years, and y'all can't even. Y'all got her a cake, and y'all spelled her name wrong on the cake."
Damn.
Yep. They're like, y'all disrespectful. Like you
Yeah,
can't even.
yeah,
And they're just like, "Yeah, we got work to do. I'm sorry, hey man. Good looking, Gladys. See you next time."
There was another brother like that too. Yeah. He was working at Burger King. He worked there for like 20-some years straight, didn't miss a day. Not one day did he miss. He was scheduled. And they gave him movie tickets and some candy.
God,
You know what I'm saying? And so one day, we got to look it up. It was at least 20 plus years for sure. Maybe 20
it's a lot,
30.
it's a lot
They
for
gave
it too.
him movie tickets and candy, but they found out on the internet. The internet raised up like 300,000 for him and gave him that money. You know what I mean? And he was able to get the day off.
Hey, Salakia too, Salakia. And that's the thing. Negroes look at that shit like that's an accomplishment. Negroes look at that like that's an accomplishment in life. You know what I'm saying? Your oppressor make you feel like you didn't accomplish something. You ain't accomplished nothing but keeping them rich.
Right.
You know, Negroes look at it like they did something in life. You working all them goddamn hours and slaving your life away for your oppressor to be rich. That ain't no damn accomplishment. When you still under their oppression, when you still getting slaved.
No, no, that's right. He said they look at it as an accomplishment. You just spent your whole life up under a roof somewhere working, cutting chickens up and do whatever you're doing. There ain't no damn accomplishment.
Not knowing if
You know what I mean? Exactly, bro. And that's why, like I said, we got to correct the culture because Martin Luther King and all these religious leaders, they convinced us it was better to work for them and build their society up. And then they get the recognition and the money for it. Like I was talking about the description of Proverbs. It said, the description of Proverbs said, "Give not your years to the cruel."
Right.
Then nigga, you give you a whole year to these people, and then like for example, nigga, chicken. Nigga, they call it Korean soul chicken. Nigga, y'all learned that from black people.
Right.
But they get the credit for it. They got the chicken spots.
Right.
They known for chicken. It's their shit now. But the nigga came from us.
It's like it's also about can you speak again? We see if we can hear
Right.
you.
Now, I said right, you know, like, and at the same time, we going back to the hood. They going to a community, a gated community, to keep us about that shit.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, we building up their society, and we got to go back to the hood. We got to go back to the projects. Y'all going to the gated community with security guards. We ain't got no goddamn neighborhood, none of that with no security guards keeping y'all ass out. But y'all got that to keep us out.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. And look, and too. And you know what's so crazy about what he just said? I say this all the time. Like they'd take that same money, like I just brought up Korean chicken. They'd take all that money that they got out of the black community from Korean chicken, and then they'd send their kids to school to be a doctor. And then you'll come in there with high blood pressure, and guess who's finna see you? Their kid.
Yeah,
And they hit diagnosis like, yeah, you got high, but you got to lay down on the chicken.
right.
You eat too much chicken. Popeye's the problem.
That's it.
Nigga, in the whole time,
That's it.
yo, dad who been selling me the
Right,
Popeye.
right.
It's evil. Well, future sex, evil world we live in.
Just to kind of go back off of what you're saying though, because it's heavy. Like when I get at my slave, like I'm literally gonna call all the time. So if something happened right now, I gotta respond to it. So I can work. I'm supposed to work 40 hours, but I can work anywhere from 40 to however many hours. You know what I mean? Like if it's a fire, I gotta respond. If it's a flood, I gotta respond. I don't spend time like it was at one point in time. Like I used to be nervous to leave the house. I'm gonna keep it real because if I don't respond, and they used to tell me I have to respond in a certain window, and if I don't respond, then I can get reprimanded for it. You know what I'm saying? So
lose your job.
yeah, I can lose my job. So it's just that's crazy. So it's not black men not wanting to take care of their family. It's not that at all. It's because the system is so cruel and destroyed and wicked. You know what I mean?
Right.
That they intentionally make it hard for us to take care of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like
You know, real talk. I had to leave after the Passover. I had to book me a ticket and come back. I couldn't even make it to the Feast of Unleavened Bread because they're like, we need Sundays mandatory.
right.
I'm like, damn, nigga, I had to book a ticket and come back because if I don't, I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to stay, and my life gonna be bad. You know what I mean? So yeah, the white man is the devil.
That's right.
The Jewish man is the devil. Right. That's why I'm saying that. That's why, like, anytime you gotta work for somebody else, that's oppression, nigga. Like, you should never have to work. That's not a job. That's a slavery. You know what I mean? That's why we call it UBK. That's why we call it slavery.
Right.
You should never have to work for somebody else to build their stuff up, and then you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. And at the end of the day, you still broke. You know what I mean? That don't make no sense, bro. Like that's a slavery. Work is what we do in the UBK. Go to camp, have food drives, everything. That's actual work. You know what I mean? Real talk. So
Can we got one more topic. Y'all want to go to the Shannon Sharp topic?
We got two.
South Africa.
South Africa.
Shannon Sharp in South Africa.
Nah, hell no. We're gonna leave Shannon ass alone, bro. You know
What's South Africa? What's going on?
South Africa. This nigga,
well,
yeah. Trump, the white South Africans coming over here claiming that they're being oppressed in South Africa by black South Africans. These people crazy.
It's a white South African that had a vision that within 10 years, black people are going to start killing the Boers or the white people in Africa. This cracker had a vision about it. Hasn't even happened. No evidence of it happening or nothing. So
hold on. So that's what they're coming here.
Elon Musk opened up a door for them.
White people had a vision about this happening within the next 10 years, and they just the propaganda for it is crazy.
So they came here with the niggas that been oppressed more than anybody.
Yes.
like everybody else, right?
Right.
But ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like
the Japanese, like the Irish, like the Italians, like the East Indians.
No, I'm saying like they came over here. Like they act like because the South Africans, they've been oppressed.
No, he's talking about white
South Africans.
Yeah, no, I'm saying black South Africans been oppressed. They have, but not like black people in America.
Right, that's right.
But they coming over here like, oh yeah, we get away from them. Nigga, we been oppressed too. You ain't scared. We might do something too. Yeah, like
America is the home of the free.
Immigrants.
Or they call white.
They don't give a shit about us being slaves.
So they not
It's the home of the free. So when you want to go to a greater part of the piece of planet Earth, the greatest countries that you can think of, they time like it's like a timeshare, right? In a foreign country. You people been being oppressed or they live in shacks and all of that type of stuff when you go to one of these foreign countries that you want to vacation in, right? But they don't really see what's really going on in these countries. Now, fast forward that to America, right? America is looked at as the greatest country on planet Earth, right? But whether people know it or not, or whether people believe it or not, or whether people care or not, this is the land of our oppression, for real, right? But it's still great riches here to where another people that comes over here, they don't give a F about what the hell happened to us. This is still just a great place to be free to them.
If I may,
They don't give a damn about what happened to blacks, Latinos, and Native
especially
Americans.
the white Africans. I mean, they look at Elon Musk. That's an example. He came over here. What did he do? He architected. He made buildings.
Elon Musk didn't come over
Underground.
here.
Underground tunnels and shit in LA.
But what I'm saying is that he's the example for them. So they're not coming up and saying about the plight that
White people in general are the example for
for everybody. So therefore, it's not a problem for them to come here. They don't care about what we've been through.
Right.
And that's the problem. Not even Africans. When Africans come over here, they don't care about what we've been through. Over here.
Africans come over here and thrive.
Man, come on.
It's like, look, if I may, man, everything that America does is to rub it in the nose of so-called black, Latino, First Nation men, women, and children.
Yeah.
They don't help everybody on the goddamn planet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So these boers, as you call them, coming over to America, the so-called white man is famous for playing the victim. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's just part of what they do.
Yeah.
And everything that they do is to rub it in our face.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
And that's making America
You
great
became
again.
so damn important, man.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Look at where else they play victim at? Nigga, in the Middle East.
Right.
We the victim. We getting attacked by. They came in on
Right.
hang gliders and attacked us.
Right.
The Palestinians.
Right.
Nigga, y'all bombing hospitals and
Right.
churches and everything.
Right.
Y'all killing everybody.
They
Like,
just wake up in the morning and hate y'all.
Nigga,
You know what I mean? Just do this out of no reason. It's the same thing with South Africa anywhere. But that shows you how they try to take away your humanity. Because, like we were saying earlier, that being us in the truth, we not saying get up and do something violent. We just saying we want something to happen to give us justice. When that happens to them, their Christianity, their version of life, they're able to do something about it every single time. And like I said, they can't even have the thought that somebody gonna do something to them. They doing action. So
super action.
we are experiencing every day, and we're not allowed to speak on it, say it, deal with it at all. You know what I mean? We just got to accept
And
it.
on top of that, white South Africans can't say they get no press when y'all run South Africa.
Right.
When the European over South Africa, you can't cry about you being oppressed. Y'all run goddamn South Africa.
Right.
That's where your slave ships and everything come from. So how you crying?
Right.
Nah, you looking for a nigga, you looking for niggas to feel sorry for you. Y'all ain't never feel sorry for us. Y'all ain't never give a damn about our slavery, about our oppression, about all the drugs and everything that been pumped in our community. Y'all smile at our destruction. So we supposed to feel sorry for you?
If I may, sir, I don't even think they want the black people to. I think they want the United States to come in, destroy Africa like they already want. You know, that's what they want to do.
No, if I could, no, like what he just said was so crazy that it just sounded so biblical. He said, "Why is y'all crying? Why is y'all, nigga? What did Esau do? Nigga sold his birthright, start crying. Nigga, he like, nigga, what? Nigga, I'm the victim.
Right.
I was hungry. What was I supposed to do? Right. That's what these niggas been doing forever. Esau did the same thing. That nigga sold his birthright and start.
It's biblical and lyrical. Hold on. Can I give you one?
Yeah.
Y'all say free the Palestinians, but celebrate the death of Native Indians.
No, real talk.
That's, man, look, that's
a fact.
Cold bar that you came.
Nigga, Esau started crying. He sold his birthright and started crying, bro.
Right.
That nigga, but before that, he said, "What does this birthright got to do to me?
Right.
I don't care about no birthright. Nigga, I'm hungry right now.
And
And
then
eat some
got-
raw meat." And then after he sold it, he was like, "Oh, nigga, you swindled me, nigga. No, I didn't. You know what I mean? That's exactly what these South Africans doing right now. Nigga, y'all done stole South Africa from that nigga. Come on, you're South African. We gotta put white South. And that's why I don't like we be said in school. Ain't no such thing as a black Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
That means it's a white Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
Nigga, it's we only Israelites, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like these niggas then stole everybody culture to where you gotta put white on the beginning of everything that ain't got nothing to even do with them.
From white Americans.
Yeah, like
damn,
come on, bro.
Like, you remember that movie, The Color of Friendship, where the white South African girl comes to America and stays with the black family, like during apartheid, like there was a whole bunch of racism happening.
I think I did see that.
Yeah, it's crazy too because it's just like the Africans, they're doing exactly what natives and blacks should have done in America after the end of slavery. They're trying to take back their land. They're trying to take back what they already know is theirs. It's like, the white people there. It's
That's
like
how you know we're destroying people.
right.
And that president a gangster.
Spirit, right?
Hey, I don't fuck with Africans, but that president a gangster though.
Man,
That nigga a gangster. I respect his mind. I respect that nigga mind. Real talk.
Obama, this is the thing too with that. Obama had, when he was in office, he pushed the agenda for them Caucasian devils to take over South Africa. When he got out of office, the funding and everything stopped going that way. So that's why they mad, because now the Africans is rising up against them and pushing them back and taking it back. Really, they had more. They took more than what they weren't supposed to be in that position. But when Obama came in, he fed them the money, he sent them what they needed, they started to take it over. That's why they got the stuff going on in Africa right now. I ain't gonna tell you the truth.
If I could, sir, I commend y'all for like really like knowing what's going on with these other nations and like correlating that shit to like, damn, bro, why the fuck we ain't like that? I don't know shit about none of the other nations because I really don't give a shit that they being oppressed like that. But the reason why I'm saying I commend y'all on that is because it's like understanding the history of how much the white man is the devil, bro. It like, yeah, our plight is definitely important for sure. You feel me? Like this is the most important, but you can't necessarily really know how much the white man is the devil until you correlate other cultures' oppression with the same goddamn people that oppressed us. And it's like when we call them the devil, like they're the devil over the whole fucking planet Earth, not just for us, right? But they're just the devil in general. You feel me? But I commend y'all for understanding like how evil they are, not just on the surface level when it comes to blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, but really like nigga, just the history of them in general over the whole population of the Earth. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, y'all making heavy points, not just for us, because we the most important, but a camp speaking like this, and a person that's from South Africa, or a person that's from Zimbabwe, or a person that's from the United Kingdom, or a person that's from any one of these other countries, bro, that have been oppressed by white people, and you actually really know the history of it, this shit will like not only blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we understand what this shit happened to us, but I was just saying I commend brothers just for like knowing the extensive history of how much the devil is, not just to the children of Israel, but to the earth as a whole.
Right.
That's really all I want to sum it up to.
Right. Like if you go to any nation and ask them who they been oppressed by, they gonna tell you the European.
Right.
Like this, every goddamn nation, they done destroyed and robbed and murdered and killed in every nation.
Right.
And then you got to look at all the nations confederate against us.
Right.
That's why we ain't got no love for none of them. How we gonna love nations and give our love away when they ain't never gave a damn about us?
Right.
We still scrapping from the bottom to try to reach something, just to work in slavery. Right. You got to go through all these qualifications just to get a goddamn slavery.
Okay, sir.
And they making merchandise out of us, using us every goddamn day, getting rich off of us. We got to beg you for a goddamn slavery?
Right.
You got it.
Oh, Sluggy. If I may, sir, and that, like y'all was saying earlier, with the mind tricks of you wanting to get more hours and you thinking you doing good by being more of a slave and spending more time away from your family, is like when we were on the plantation, they had to force us to work. When they freed us, we fighting to be slaves for them. Like, to me, I would never, you know what I mean? Like, be happy about being a slave, you know what I'm saying? Like, You know what I mean? Like brothers, like that's why it's so important to use that word. Like language is important. If you say it's a job or it's my career versus this is a slavery, you will forget that you are in this condition. You know what I mean?
Right.
You will feel free, even though these people control everything about you.
Right. Like we out here in Louisiana, nigga. They call it what the gumbo capital and all that shit. We in the gumbo pot. Man, your enemies still hate you. They still don't want you in their goddamn communities, but y'all kissing their ass to be around them and love them.
Right.
They still murder, they're unaliving us, putting us to death.
Right.
And you still fighting to be a part of a people that don't care about you. That's the crazy part with our people.
Right.
We still after all these hundreds of years, you still at the goddamn bottom.
Right.
They still unaliving you. They still don't want you in their neighborhoods. They still showing you as the #1 murder rate, #1 everything, drug dealing, all that. But they don't do that to their people. When they people then unalived everybody across the goddamn earth.
That's a fact.
Right.
You got it.
What was the last big case before we go when the boy at the school they made a big deal about that? Was it another one when the police or somebody unalived us recently? Or a big case like that?
You know,
the boy at the school, he unalived the white boy that was trying to bull him. Oh, you're Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
And then was it another one where they actually unalived one of us? It's like it's hard to almost
The brother, the officer that killed the young brother, and then his father like wigged out and killed the police officer.
Oh, that's
the
the
next
story.
day.
That's the story. That's the story.
Okay.
Those are kind of two big things that have been going on. But yeah, we know that.
Damn, we should.
That story is that one right there is one as well. But what's our time right now?
10 minutes. They got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Can we talk about brothers dropping the sword?
Nah, we call current events, but maybe we can incorporate.
But let's get into that then, sir.
That the father, I know Commander Johanna basically said that the father should understand that his son was living wrong. He was being reckless. We got to raise our sons to know how to follow the laws of God so we don't get in these situations and not be emotional. Right. But I understand our people have a feeling for him for what he did. Right. And they're starting to see what we've been saying, that something has to be done to these people or they'll never stop. And they just don't know the right way to fight back. Yeah. So they think this one win of killing this one devil is something, when in reality, that's not going to do anything in a large scheme. We want the whole, everybody got to go.
And if I do this, sir,
yeah.
just to piggyback off of what you're saying, to all sons out there, don't be emotional and be a good son to your father, whether it's your spiritual father or your physical father, because a brother might know more than what you think you know, and you need to take heed to what he's been through, because he's only correcting you, checking you, or saying something about what you're doing wrong because he cares about you and he doesn't want anything to happen bad to you. Right. So when you a son and you think, oh, my pops don't know what the hell is going on right now, or I don't gotta listen to him, he old, he out the loop, or this type of situation he knows nothing about. Understand this: a brother, a father, an uncle, somebody that actually really cares about you, they're going to steer you in the right direction and take heed to what they're saying to you, because they only saying it to you because they love you. So, right.
I'm right.
Real talk. You know what I mean? And what happened? What happened in this situation with this brother unaliving the police? It was definitely unfortunate. The oppressor there got two birds in one stone. Got the son out the way, got the father out the way. Right. So this just lets you know that justice for black people is so was a few far in between, right, to where he felt like he had to go on his own and get justice, because they weren't gonna get no justice. You know what I mean? So it was an unfortunate situation that he had to his son died running for the police, and then he ended up turning around and killing another officer that had nothing to do with the situation. But like I said, that just lets you know that we don't get no justice, and it's so few far in between that you might, if you're not wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, you're gonna get justice yourself. You're gonna do whatever that just make you feel, I did something because my son died. It's your son. You know what I mean? That's your son. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine, something like this happened to my kids, bro. And it's messed up, bro. And like, you know what I mean? And it's a lot of black fathers, but that go through this type of situation, bro. And they might not go kill an officer, but they might end up becoming a drug addict. You know what I mean? They might end up beating their wife at home or something. They might end up, getting drunk and driving off a damn cliff. You don't never know. Like, black people go through so much in America, bro. And like the last thing a nigga like, and this will let, and I'm gonna tell you this, he a great father. This nigga's an excellent father. You know what I mean? We don't agree with what he did, but man, when this nigga, he loved his son for sure.
For sure,
That nigga loved his son, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And like I said, we just don't get no justice, bro. So he felt like he had to get justice himself, unfortunately.
So like, if I may, so has anybody heard the details? Like I said, we know it wasn't right what he did, but the details as far as his perspective, you can see the body language when he in court, holding his head up and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
I guess my question is, anybody heard the details as to, okay, he's driving, right? And he see this cop, right? So does it mean that he got up that morning intending to do that? Or was this brother just trying to make it through the day and the brother snapped? You know what I mean? Because it's always something about when they underline bus, it's something mentally going on with that person.
Absolutely.
They were a great person. They did this, they did that, right? But this brother, you got to look at what he was going through. You know what I mean? It works for them, but it don't work for us.
And if I may, like, I don't know that I haven't heard anything about what you're saying, but those are the type of things they do not give us that understanding.
Right.
Like, if there's a mass shooting and a kid goes into the school and shoots the school, what's the first thing they say? He was bullied. Like, that person killing his son is not just the beginning of the problem. The police have been messing with him his entire life. The police have been messing with his family members his entire life. He's watching the news of other black men and other children getting killed just like his son. So someone snapping, it makes sense at that point to get to that point, because it wasn't just that one instance. Like, it was Edomite and he woke up and his son got killed next day and went and killed him. It's like, damn, you're tripping. But if you incorporate 400 years of this on top of this situation happening, now it should be even more of a case to let him go because of all of that bullying he's endured to get to this point.
Absolutely. And on top of that, sir, and on top, it's like what you saying too, the bullying, and it's like a lot of black people don't think it can happen to them until it happened to them. Nigga, just like with the Hispanic people is going on. Now, I don't want to sidebar, but they get shipped to El Salvador, and black people don't think it can happen to them. And then when it happened, it's like, oh, what the hell is going on right now? My son? What? It's crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're right. He been bullied. Black people been bullied for 400 some years, and the brother snapped. Nigga, it's like, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You know how many cases I didn't see? Now, white people said, I don't think that he was drunk driving and he killed somebody. I don't think sending him to prison for 20 years is going to fix anything. We need to just let him out and just send him. I'm like, this is real cases, though. This ain't something I'm making up. This is real cases. And they said, you know what? I don't think sending him to prison is going to help anything. We need to just, just let him out and just let him know what he did was wrong, and he's going to fix. I'm like, this is crazy.
Because the one thing that they have for their people, out of all the evil that they do, we can talk about all the evil that Edomites do. The one thing that they do have for their people is brotherhood.
Yeah.
They love their people.
Yeah.
If we have a little bit of that, we could be in a whole lot better place.
Yeah.
And Salaki, that's the reason why they had set up neighborhood watches in their neighborhood. They got neighborhood watch signs way since the 70s, 80s, 90s. Neighborhood watch signs, that's to protect their own community. It keep us out their community. And what this brother went through, he felt the pain, like he ain't gonna get no justice for his son getting unalive. Even though what he did wasn't right, he did it because he knew it wasn't gonna be no justice. He knew those cops wasn't gonna get sent to jail. They wasn't gonna get sent on death row unalive. So that's why he took it into his own hands. He felt that pain. Like, my son ain't gonna get justice. We ain't gonna get justice in Esau with Esau law and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's why he felt that anger.
And if I may, sir, it wasn't right to a certain extent. You got to look at what happened to us for years. Rosewood. What happened in Rosewood? A Caucasian lady said something happened to her, and they burnt. It felt right of doing it. Then look at Black Wall Street. Same thing. A Caucasian lady said something happened to her, they tear the whole thing down. You know what I mean? And they're heroes. Right. Then you look at George Zimmerman when he did the Trayvon Martin. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of these people walking through here. They get away with it all the time. And the cop told him not to follow him. He still went and did it. And he's a hero. You know what I mean? So it's just a biased scenario. And I personally won't be surprised if this brother get life in jail for what he did. This insanity is going to go out of the window, even though he got a history of insanity. Half of the cops who they let go eating insanity don't have a history of it. This brother got a history of it. But I guarantee you they're not going to look at it like that. They're going to throw the book at him. And the cops was in there in the court. Now I'm like, damn, is they protecting him or are they against him? I know they beat his ass tonight. I know they beat him up in the back. For sure. He gonna come in lumped up looking like Miss Sophia off of Color Purple the next court day he got. I'm telling you for real, because they wanted to get him. You understand me? Like these people is wicked. The law only works for them. It don't work for us, man. This is why we got to come together and separate from this country. That's a lot.
You know, right. There we go.
Like, you can't keep beating on the goddamn pinata and they ain't gonna bust.
Right.
You know, that's what they do to us. They expect us not to never retaliate, for us to never want to seek justice behind our people.
No, real talk. And if I could too, sir, Joe Muhammad, when he taught at the class about two Thursdays ago, he was saying that how they think black people are so immune to pain, suffering, and just going through stuff. Like when you talk about the opioid epidemic, right? Like they didn't want to give black people no pain medication for things that they was going through, and they gave only white people Oxycontin and their pain medication. And then in return, they ended up getting strung out on drugs back. You know what I mean? They ended up getting strung out. You know what I mean? And like they think that we're not capable. Like they think black people was born to work so hard and have a hard life to where we ain't supposed to feel no pain and suffering and no hardship, and we just born to just to be immune to just suffering. Losing your son shouldn't be nothing to you. Like you just born to feel that. You know what I mean?
Okay. And to add on the reason why, thinking about the psychology behind it, right? Jim Muhammad always try to say, like, man, I'm trying to understand why are they thinking like this? And the reason is they have been in this position so long, and everything in the society pumps them to be superior that they literally look at us like we're animals. So if your puppy or your dog loses his puppy, do you feel bad about it? Do you feel like something should happen? If you kill a cockroach, do you be like, oh, it had an auntie and a mother and it's going through some pain? You just keep going on your day. Right. So they look at us like, oh, niggas can go to jail. Niggas can deal with crack. Niggas don't need opioids to relieve their pain. Right. The same way you would look at a pit bull or a lion or a bear. You don't care. It's an animal. Whatever happens to it, who cares? You watch Animal Planet, they come down and spoil a little baby bird. You ain't having a burial for it. You ain't having no second line for it. It's the little baby bird that died. Right. You know what I mean? It's just another nigga died. But if a white person dies, okay, that's a tragedy. If 9/11 happens, never forget. Right. If they do something to the Israelis, then we have to go to World War about it. But with us, another nigga died. You know what I mean? Cockroach niggas.
And again, if I can go right quick, you know what I mean? And that's why black people. That's why the 12 tribes of Israel should rule. Right. Because we would go through all that. They treat us horrible. Right. You know what I mean? And we can't feel no compassion for our people, and we gotta only sympathize with them. Right. That's why we should rule. Because even in poverty, even in going through oppression like that, we still love them. Right. You know what I mean? And that's why if we was in rulership, Hey man, everybody gonna have their way down there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like nigga, these people was evil, man. But this is like these examples is why we should rule. You know what I mean? Because even though it's been a rulership, we ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? We still gonna be like, hey, you know what? Whatever the case may be. Sorry, go ahead.
It's just like it's just another aspect of the white guilt that they have, or that they refuse to take on for the things that they do. It's just like you said, if we were in rulership, in the Bible says we even have laws to treat animals with some type of dignity.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we're not.
You can't even beat your animal.
Exactly.
Right,
You can't even
right.
do that.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm
That's
talking
all.
about. You can't even do that. And the fact that the white man has to look at us as a dog, has to put some type of caricature on us to make us a rat. Anything to keep us lesser, to make it more easy, like make it more easily accessible to abuse us,
Yeah.
he's gonna do it. And that's something that a lot of black people, especially today, they don't want to realize. Like you can see black people hanging out with white people, they want to do everything they can to avoid the race subject, to protect their feelings.
Right.
It's like they know 100% that white people are evil, that white people don't like them, that white people raped and murdered their ancestors. Yet they want to protect the feelings of some white bastard that doesn't give a damn about them. And if they travel together, will damn near hope that they get killed or go to prison on their behalf.
Right.
And it's just like yeah, like you say, like the 12 tribes need to be empowered because we are the only people that have any type of, like I said, even the law says we're not to persecute the stranger in our lands.
Right.
Like anybody, like when people stay with us, we are the most hospitable people on the planet Earth.
Yeah,
We ain't supposed to afford to eat about it.
Right. And if I may too, the Most High is so intelligent in putting us at the bottom of everything to prepare us to be at the top. Because it's like, who could be a better warden for a prison than somebody that's done 25 years?
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Who knows what it's like to be in the room and deal with this and deal with that and not be able, they're going to have compassion and say, okay, this is why he's doing this. This is why you should treat him like this. This is why you shouldn't do this and do that. That's how it is going to be for the children of Israel. Like, we know how to deal with somebody that's doing something wrong, what's going on here, make this righteous decision, as opposed to them that never been through this. They treat us like, you know what I mean? They just can't even understand what we want to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah. What's
And Salakia, Negroes don't even look at the constitutional laws. We're still what it was, 2/5 of a human.
Right.
Like that's still in your goddamn constitutional law.
Right.
How you gonna talk about we all equal when we still look at 2/5 of the goddamn human? That's still to this day. They don't give a damn about you. They look at you like you a goddamn animal. But they treat dogs better than us.
Man.
You abuse a goddamn dog, what happened? You go to jail. They got commercials and everything. Look at the crying dog, the whining dog. Let's feed the dogs. They don't give a damn about us.
That's a fact. And if I could too, the scripture say, wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. If you was wise, man, you will get the UPK, especially if you are Northern California, Louisiana, like Ottawa, Matador, no matter where you at, you will get the UPK. You will come into these classes because everything that you seeing right now that's going on in the earth is just the birth pains. That baby about to come.
Right.
You know what I mean? So man, you know, we gonna end it on that. Hey man, shout out to Ottawa, $5 Matador. You know what I mean? Shout out to Officer Kasar Pakar, 5,000, Officer Parag, Officer 1,000, Kamai, Officer Yaraga Bar, Officer Ayala, Officer Paul Khan, Officer Ayat, one man. Yeah, we'll be over there after this is we gonna end it on that. Let's talk about it.
All right. Shalom.